What the fuck happened? What? There we go. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the platform, episode 116. We are talking Anthem and the failure of leadership. We are also talking soft Sekiro players. There should be something, maybe we may get some arguments out of chat. I don't know. But there was an article that came out about Sekiro needing an easy mode. So we're going to go through that.
I knew that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. So, dudes, like I said, dudes are soft as doctor's cotton, but we're getting there. What's up, Frozen? What's up, Short? Yeah, man, we are talking a lot of moistness today. Sorry, LaLa. Moist. All right, but like what we have our viewer appreciation week today, and we have on Joking Rabbit. What's up, man? Look, introduce yourself. Tell everybody. Look, how about this? Introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you're playing and who's your favorite cast member.
Okay. My name's Rabbit. I've been playing mostly right now is Firestorm from Battlefield. Don't hate me. Don't kill the messenger.
Hold on, I'm fighting. Press it. Hold on. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I saw an ad recently, and it looked like they were sitting on a tractor, and I was like, "What the?"
It's hella fun.
It's pretty fun.
Like,
what's up, random?
Being on a tractor with the freaking cannon strapped to the back of the thing. It's fun.
They get into a whole new level of stupid.
It's great though. I really love
stupid fun though. Yeah. I'm like,
it's my favorite battle royale.
What's up, Nami Canada? Bacon is here. Go ahead.
my favorite cast member has to be Big Mike. Even though he's not here.
All right, well, give me this. Okay, favorite Big Mike, who's your least favorite? Put you on the spot. I
mean, shit. Someone really likes talking trash about Halo. Someone really likes talking trash, and that hurts my heart.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have to say the Rage Queen.
Oh!
But I still got love for all you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm happy to be here.
All right. Well,
Halo sucks.
We about to fight, Terry.
Everyone's all like thumbs down.
Well, welcome to our insanity. We'll see how long you can survive, sir.
Ask LaLa how much I can survive.
I mean, how many lives does Rabbit have? I think he's already down.
Yeah, he's already down. He's at 4 right now. So he's already close to the edge. So we'll see. We'll see how long.
I'll survive.
All right.
Like that scene from Halo Reach.
Right.
Like that last mission. Survive.
You could be Halo reaching. Anyway. All right. So let's get into our introductions with. Let's start with LaLa Lexus.
What's up? Hello. My name's LaLa Lexus from Twitch. Welcome. I've been playing a lot. What have I been playing this week? I've been playing some Detroit Becoming Human, lots of Fortnite, of course, Firestorm as well. There was something I played before Detroit. Oh my god, the very last Telltale of The Walking Dead.
Because it's over, right? It's done.
Yeah, the very last one.
That was a sad episode.
The game itself told you goodbye. Like they like had the it was I don't want to go there, but it's just so sad. Even the game was like goodbye. Like this is us saying goodbye to you as the gamer, and it was just really sad. They even said like it was super cheesy, but the thank you for playing. Like they had that.
No, that would be like
LaLa was crying.
It was the saddest stream I've had. Everybody in chat was crying.
Sad.
It was fucking sad.
I wasn't crying.
That's because Joking's a hater. Anyway,
no.
Would you admit it though if you were? I mean.
Yeah, I would admit.
Not two men would admit on camera to a bunch of people. Yeah, I cried, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I cried.
I wasn't crying. I don't know.
It was so.
I felt emotional during that thing. I was like, I felt emotional.
I could tell Rabbit was sad because he was spamming on my troll commands to like make everybody
I
laugh.
was trying to make everybody happy during that stream, and like
I could
everybody
tell he was
like,
sad.
He's in
'cause
tears.
he
He's
was,
like,
spamming-
spam.
I don't want to cry anymore.
oh my god.
He's like,
That's
hello.
exactly how it went down. It was pretty great. But yeah, that's pretty much
I
why
put the shot. I put the shot freaking command.
that was the one
Right.
that was the shots one, because that's like the most hype, I think.
All right. Well, welcome, LaLa. Welcome. All right. Next up, we have the Rage Queen, Cool Cat Terry. What's up, Terry?
Right. Hey, everybody, it's Cool Cat Terry. All right, I'm from Twitch, and I am the ragiest and the cringiest streamer you'll probably find over there. Good stuff. And Anthem is live. So all you haters out there that said that game would be dead in like a month. Fuck you all, because it's been over 2 months now, and I'm still loving it. I'm loving this game. All right. I'm still having fun.
We're gonna talk about it.
260 plus hours in the game. It's not boring, and you can all kiss my ass. Okay, but I don't know. The game is
Damn,
great.
son, where'd you find this?
And I'm still playing a little bit of Odyssey here and there as well, trying to get that done. And I got like the main story with like where they transition to like modern day shit. That story's done, and I'm just wrapping up the story of Cassandra with like helping with her mom and Sparta and the cult shit. Yeah, and then I got it done.
All right. Well, you see,
And Medusa is a bitch. Okay, I'm sorry.
I heard that.
Fight,
I heard she
that
was a
fight.
bitch.
I heard that shit is frustrating.
I'm playing on Nightmare, and holy shit!
Oh, that's why.
The game,
Pretty
the
much.
entire game, but literally the entire game hasn't been that bad until I got to that one fight, and it took me
Is she a
2
nightmare,
hours.
Would you have nightmares from this situation?
It was
I
horrible.
could relate to that.
It took me 2 hours to beat her because it was just ridiculous. You had like very little.
That's so bad. I would take.
You had
me
like
2
no
hours to
cover,
beat it.
and she would keep throwing like this lightning that did AOE, like hard to miss it, and she would surround you with other like little minions, and then she would shoot frickin' her eye beams at you, and you had like no cover, and you're trying to dodge the lightning and the dudes that are there. So as soon as you would dodge them, you would leave cover, and she goes zap, dead. I was like, you bitch. And then you gotta do the whole thing over because there's no time in that boss fight. You die, it's over. Start over, and it was rough.
I sense the frustration.
I mean, I played Dark Souls.
It's gonna
Dark Souls
be there.
on like the hardest level.
That shit was
So I could
ridiculous. Like, oh my god.
Well, shit.
I could feel that pain.
All right, I had similar frustrations as well. Might as well get into my intro. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm the host here at the platform, and I've been playing some Sekiro and doing some booty clapping, but also getting my booty cheeks clapped right now. I've also been playing Anthem, maybe against my best judgment, but we'll get further into that. I've also been playing some Division 2, and what else? There was one more. Oh, and Elder Scrolls Blades on iOS. So we'll talk about that too. They say gamers don't play games on phones, but we do. We just don't admit it. I'm just the only one that admits to fucking doing it.
I play games on my phone. Shoot.
A gamer gonna get it. Phone. Yeah, we're gonna get it any way we can, So that's how I feel about it. There's a stupid game I
was playing on my phone and gave me a coupon for PetSmart. I was stoked. It was like, keep playing and earn more coupons. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just earned.
Send me a link to that fucking game.
I was playing that game where you're like feeding the fucking animals like pancake, milkshake, pancake. That's what I can see you're playing. That's
it was something silly like that, but it was like continue and get a high score and earn a coupon. And I was like, okay.
That's like that fucking supermarket tycoon I was playing and shit. I was addicted to that. I could not believe it. That game is so garbage. Like, it's against everything, like, as far as what we stand for. It's like microtransactions. It's like idle time. It's like there's no real mechanics other than fucking clicking on like buying
idle
shit.
Time. It's like, you gotta wait 11 hours or pay 99 cents.
Right, or pay 99 cents to speed up. Or you get these diamonds. You give us money, we give you diamonds. And it's like, this is blasphemous. And
triggering.
I feel the same because I play Clash of Clans.
that's
See,
the
there we
worst
go.
one. That's the
You
worst.
played Clash of
Word.
Clans. Hold on. You said you played
No,
Clash
no.
of Clans. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that is
I'm not gonna make
disappointing.
it.
I feel like joking ain't gonna make it. All
You
right.
pay money? You pay money to play that game?
No.
Be honest. How much have you actually put in Clash of Clans? I want you to be honest.
$0, I swear. Like, if you see my base, it's Rush.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Take a screenshot of my base and put it in a Discord and show you, like, if
One
I
of
actually
them, whatever
spent
one you
time,
want.
if I spent time on it, you would see.
All
Like,
right.
I'm
Spent
invited
money
on
on it,
Discord.
it would be like all maxed
It'd
out.
be
and everything.
immaculate. I get it.
Yeah. So,
I was about to call you out, bro.
I live in this fucking house. I live in
Right.
a goddamn shed for fucking money.
that's like Frankie.
I'll stay in
spending money
a
on
fucking
food.
hole if I don't have to pay. You know.
All
right,
It's like, does it look like I live in a fucking mansion? Because I don't pay for this.
Right.
I would pay money to live in this.
I feel him. Yeah, honestly.
It makes so much sense. It's like I would never
It
live in
does.
this if I put money in this.
Right. What up? Life as a double A. What's up, man? Okay, we're getting ready to talk about Anthem, but I just want to make sure, Terry, that we will be still friends after this. Because
Final round.
right, I might as well play. I might as well get that out the way right now.
Final round.
Listen, Anthem.
God.
And I know we're getting ready to talk about Anthem, but here's the thing. Anthem has been, I think, one of the most polarizing games I've ever experienced. And I think it's because of what it could be and to what we got. And I think that's why there's so much ire about it. So I guess there was an article on Forbes. I want to see if I can bring it up here.
Forbes is saying something.
Yeah, Forbes. And Forbes started a conversation. No, it wasn't Forbes. I'm sorry. It was Kotaku.
Okay.
Don't pull up that bullshit that with that guy from Forbes that was saying shit that was super not accurate.
Well, yeah, I don't want to bring that dude up. Yeah,
That guy was, fake news to the extreme.
That dude was phony as fuck. But
Super phony.
He's a phony.
LaLa, you probably don't know. He was
He's
putting
a big fat
bullshit for Destiny, and literally Bungie had to come out and be like, no, all of that is lies. He was coming out. He was saying some bullshit. He was saying some bullshit about how because the people on the team that made Crucible left Bungie recently, that they were going to remove Crucible, and Bungie's like, no, we're not removing Crucible. This guy had so much. It was huge. He went and he made this huge article. People were getting pissed. They're like, what? Destiny's nothing without Crucible. I'm not gonna play ever again. And Bungie had super damage control.
Sweaty
Super
tryhards on
damage
Crucible.
control. Yeah.
Crucible's a shit. I love Crucible. I don't like to play.
It makes me rage so much when I
There's
play
a difference.
Crucible.
There's Crucible.
So, yeah,
It's a shot.
So if you're gonna bring up some articles on Forbes for Anthem, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I know you had
after the shit with Destiny, I'm not. They did something. They were worse than IGN recently. So no. Okay.
All right, I got you.
All right.
But we're doing Kotaku, so we're not going. So
They're not much better, but we'll go with it.
All right.
I thought they were
So
fake
Jason Schreier, he is a writer on Kotaku.com. Shouts out to Jason for starting this conversation. And this article, as you can see, as our chat can see, this is a pretty beefy and really thorough article. And what I love about this article was that he didn't approach it as let's hate Anthem. And I think Terry can appreciate that because this wasn't that type of article. I think what this was showing you why people have complaints about the game. And here are some things to prove why such things are being affected within that Anthem gaming community. And he kind of went down the line and was like, here's the things that happened. So there were some interesting things that happened within BioWare itself. There were some interesting things that happened with EA, and EA's bad policies. Now everybody fucking can't stand EA. Well, they also did some EA shit, and there's some things that I felt like should have never happened. There's some things that BioWare fucked up on, and I wanted to kind of go through each little tidbit here. What you say, Frozen? Danny, are you going to talk about the investigation of Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft for their online services? Yes, that's in our open topic section. I do remember about the gambling. And they are under scrutiny with that. Nintendo never used to be in that space, but they are now, so we'll definitely get deeper into that. So for sure, Frozen. But you might enjoy this because this kind of, I should say, vindicates some of your plot points about Anthem. It doesn't vindicate everything because I still think Anthem is amazing, but it does explain a lot. And let me get to some specifics here. So I guess with the development of Anthem, it was in development for 7 years. So it was I should say not in development. It was in concept for about 6 years, and then in actual development for about 16 months. Which is amazing to say because you couldn't possibly think any game that comes out right now would have a 6-year idea phase and then a 16-month development phase. But that's what happened here. So BioWare, and this is the BioWare side of it. So BioWare, they got this idea, and it wasn't even called Anthem at first. Let me get that out. It was called Beyond. And they wanted this game that was kind of like never done before, a hybrid of all these genres plus new ideas, create this new format of game. And they never really ironed down really what it was till very, very, very late in the cycle of it. So that kind of explains why some of the moving parts in Anthem don't match. And when I say that, I'm meaning that BioWare was paid by EA. A lot of the higher-ups who left because of the stressful environment left, so there was no cohesive unit. While EA was paying BioWare, they were basically just twiddling their thumbs. They weren't really doing anything. They had a bunch of different ideas on like what Beyond, aka Anthem, would be. Would it be? They knew it was going to be co-op, but that's all they had, and this is what they were kind of having internal battles back and forth within BioWare itself. So this is why I say BioWare is to blame. Terry, let's talk about that first little tidbit. First of all, what's up, Lamont, man? What's going on? But what do you think about that little tidbit in itself, that BioWare had the IP, they were working on it for, I should say, at least concept art and concept ideas for 6 years without any real development. But then they've only been developing the game for at least 16 months now. What do you think about that?
I mean, how do we not know how much other studios do that? They all have lots of projects, so.
I mean, but
I don't know.
That is so.
I mean,
does it really matter?
I don't see it as, I don't know, man. It's like,
I mean, you got to think about it like this. A game like Anthem, or let's just say even Division or Destiny, games like that are kind of like a games as service. You would expect them to have some sort of real development time. And the reason why I say real development time, this is like actual time to develop the game as what it is, or as what players will be playing.
I see it as the opposite. I mean, Anthem, it has some problems in it, but all online games do, and they take some time to work them out. But if they're able to get what they could get in 16 months, why in the fuck is it taking these other games 7 years to get done? Well, because the gameplay and the quality is around the same as like Destiny and other games, and those games take 6 years of development. So if they're able to get a somewhat Destiny quality game in 16 months, that takes Bungie 6 years to do that. I think that's more of a slap saying these other guys are dicking around too much. And we shouldn't be looking down on BioWare. We should be like, yo, you other guys are taking way too fucking long. and maybe we have been, overcritical on, EA and Activision and other publishers, telling you to get your shit out, because now we know you can get it done in like 2 years.
But 16 months isn't 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, for what Anthem is, for that amount of time, I mean, it's pretty freaking solid.
And it can only get better though. Like they can continue to work on it.
So I'm looking at it from the other aspect of, wow, maybe this is why publishers are cracking the whip so fucking hard, because those guys are.
You got to remember,
they're not getting that much done in the amount of time that they're doing it.
Here's the thing.
Because BioWare got a lot done in 16 months. I mean, the game is pretty good.
Yeah, but still, look at the lie. Here's where the lie
I can't hear
falls into play. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You're good, yeah.
All right.
It broke for a second.
Here's the lies, though. At E3, so when they showed the game at E3, it wasn't even a game then. Like, it was literally a proof of concept. There was no story, no missions. It wasn't really anything.
Why does that matter? Many games that you showcased at EA aren't games yet.
Because, Terry,
many games are not even in development yet, and they showcase
advertising. Like, even
then
what they show.
Get on everybody's ass about that.
I do. Remember. Hold on, Terry. Remember final round. Terry.
They will literally announce games 5 years before.
First of all, you remember final round. You remember my final round I had with Watch Dogs. No, because Ubisoft, listen.
You're going to get fucking BioWare shit for showing a game at E3 that was like...
Yes, I am, because I gave the same shit to Ubisoft. I gave the same shit to Ubisoft, Terry. The same shit. When they show Watch Dogs, Terry.
Game that gets announced at E3 is a fucking concept that they're just starting development on.
Terry. When Terry, at E3, when Ubisoft showed,
BioWare for doing it, when everybody else has been doing it.
Terry.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah, Terry.
I could agree with Terry on that one.
No. But here's the thing. What Terry's not understanding is she's not talking about me because what I'm saying, she's not talking about me because I am that one that'll bring it out.
Fantasy 7.
I did a 20-minute final round on a past episode about what Ubisoft did with Watch Dogs. I did a 20-minute final round.
They didn't even start
about
it.
No. That is absolutely. They did not admit it. They did not admit it, Terry. That game, what they showed at E3 does not exist, Terry.
Like, oh yeah, we're thinking about remaking this game. People just started flooding them with money, and they hadn't even started it yet. It was just a fucking idea, man. And you're gonna sit here and beat
yes, I am, because when you show something,
other dudes.
I did. You're not even listening.
I never heard you once be like Square Enix.
Terry.
You guys suck. No, you never.
I did a 20-minute final round on Ubisoft. When Ubisoft lied about Watch Dogs, when they showed it at E3, and that was not the same game that came out, I did a 20-minute final round, Terry. I'm not that person. I'm not those guys. I'm not the ones that are sweaty, Terry. I'm not. I call it for what it is. And what it was they lied about what the game was at E3.
They are all guilty.
It was not that game.
Every single one has done that. They've all showcased ideas and concepts at E3.
Does that mean it's good, though? That doesn't mean it's good, Terry. I'm not arguing the fact. I'm not damage controlling.
And they've all been doing it for like a decade. So you can't go and get mad now. They've been doing it for over a fucking decade,
bro.
What
he's explaining to you, Terry, is that he is mad, and he's been mad, and
I've been mad.
Yes, and that is one of the reasons.
I agree.
Now, but in the past, he's been mad continuously. Like
continuously. This has always been a theme for me.
Like
literally,
and Anthem is just the newest one on top of.
This is just the newest one. This is the one that has the biggest media.
Excuse me. That's what E3 is, though. E3 is just.
No, it's not. E3 is not a place of lies. You're trying to say that
that's all E3 has ever been. Is hey, here's some.
Am I hearing this? Am I the only one? Rabbit.
That's all they ever do with E3.
Am I the only one hearing this?
You with shit that you can't have.
It's just a hype movement, though. Like E3 is just a hype.
E3 is the biggest
I'm with you,
that they have. They just showcase games that aren't coming out for the next year plus.
Exactly like the Xbox conference.
Some of them,
like Xbox
over 5.
From E3, it's like, here's everything.
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
When they showed that at E3, there was no game built. Like when they showed that at E3, that wasn't the game. Like once after that showcase at E3, that whatever you saw was like literally deleted. Like they just right click delete off their hard drive. Like literally, it was nothing. Even then, even after E3, this still was not in development for another 2 years. After that, still wasn't even development. It was only development when they showed it again at E3 for like 6 months. Like it literally was the entire lie when they first showed it to when it actually got released on February 19th for PC players. Like, honestly.
Yeah, but that's no different from other companies. They do
okay, but that doesn't make it good, though, Terry.
That's
like, that doesn't make it like that shit is fucked up. That's why I said I did a 20-minute final round with Ubisoft.
Advertising their ideas. They're not being like, hey, this is a guaranteed thing that you're getting, you know.
That's what they said. They literally said actual gameplay. Hold on, don't make me expose you. I'm about to expose you right now because it said actual. They said in-game gameplay at E3.
They've been showing at 3 for at least 5. So no, you are wrong on that one. All right, but no, they literally will start bringing shit in years in advance. They're not even making them yet, and then each year they come back and they try to keep the hype going. But no,
that's like Kingdom Hearts is fun.
Yeah.
But it goes both ways. But for the most part, every time they show something at E3, you're expecting it to come that year. But
they never do until
they announce that they do. And then they push it
that
back.
doesn't make it good, though, Terry. Just because everybody failed doesn't mean that Anthem shouldn't get criticized about it. Terry.
That's why I get what you're saying. That's why I've literally had arguments in the past saying that E3 shouldn't be around because all they do is they promote shit. They don't come out.
I disagree.
Get canceled.
I think E3 should be around.
literally had that argument when that fucking
E3's important.
I forgot what the hell it's called. What was that fucking game that got canceled? Everybody was pissed about with the kid with the fucking headset flying on
Scalebound,
yeah. Remember? I had the fucking argument because that got canceled. They were showing that at E3 hardcore. The thing wasn't even made yet, and then they scrapped the idea. It's no fucking different. They do it all the fucking time at E3, and I had the argument then when I said E3 needs to go away. Either E3 should only show games that are coming out that fucking year, or they shouldn't even exist. All right? We don't need to see games that are coming out 5 years from now. You know? Show us what you got done. That's what E3 should be. I've said this before.
But that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. But if devs decide to go on one of the biggest stages in the world and lie,
that they announced like 6 years ago,
flat out.
Okay, so no, I mean they do that all the fucking time. I understand why you're upset, but they've been doing that for as long as E3's been around.
Exactly, but guess what, Terry? So I've been upset since. They've been doing that at E3. Like,
all E3 is
I've been shitty at the lies ever since. Like, even when they showed off, when they first showed off the Unreal Engine, and they said that these are going to be games that's going to be possible on PlayStation 2. And then when you finally got PlayStation 2 and you looked and you were like,
Frozen,
this doesn't look like fucking Unreal.
Hold on, Frozen, if E3 fucking matters, then how come so many huge players are leaving it? Tell me that, Frozen.
Ooh.
They all are doing their own content.
I agree with Frozen. I agree with Frozen. I think E3 is very important. I think it's very important. I think those people are making a big mistake.
Right there.
I think they are making a mistake because they should come together. It should be competitive. This is what I got. What do you fucking got? It should be like a
exactly.
It shouldn't be. What do you got next 5 years? Like that's.
But I want them to announce games that are coming out that year that are done. You know, I've had that argument before. How they always start pushing things 5 years in advance. I don't give a shit about fucking 5 years in advance. I don't want to know about it because then we run into issues like with fucking Scalebound. It got canceled and we were hyped for that for years. We run into issues where we got hyped for games and then Telltale went bankrupt. Those games are gone now because they hype shit up years in fucking advance. You don't know what's going to happen 5 years down the damn road.
But here's the thing though, Terry. It's not just that. Like in this article, they also talked about the work environment for BioWare where it's like people were so depressed and stressed out because of the EA pressure because EA and EA, and I hate to say this, I don't want to. It hurts me to my soul to say this, but there are some things in this article where I agree with EA, and I please, I'm not an EA shill. Believe me, I can't fucking stand EA's policies, but I do feel where they were coming from and why they put such a choke on BioWare. And the reason why I say that is because if we gave you money, because they've been paying BioWare for Beyond/Anthem for 7 years, and they've been paying, and BioWare literally hasn't done anything within that first, I'd say at least 6.5 years of concept for Beyond Anthem, where there was no game developed. There was infighting because of the stress levels of people arguing about ideas, and there was nobody to actually say yay or nay or if the idea should be implemented or not. There was a moment where, like I said, the main guy from EA, he was kind of shitty because he wanted to see what the fuck was BioWare working on. It was already been, I don't know, I think it was like 3 or 4.
They're dishing out money for them to make something, and they're still sitting there, with their thumb up their ass, and I would be pissed too.
Yeah, so he came down. Yeah, he actually came.
Give you all this money, and you got to make the perfect game. Come on, you gotta have at least something out. Like, show me like a demo or something.
So the main EA guy came to BioWare Studios, and he was like, show me fucking something. So they hurried up and put something together like in about a month, and they
like
said and dude, when he first played it, he was like, what the fuck is this? It was like javelins. Seriously, it was javelins, but they were climbing mountains. Right. He was like, wait, this has been a development for 6.5 years already. What the fuck is this? He was like, where's the flying? Because when they originally showed him, it was like javelins, but you were climbing tall mountains. So it was very weird and like mountain climbing type game, and he just was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Okay, yeah, we definitely don't need another parkour game. We got
right.
He was like, scrap it.
Yeah, he was like, scrap that shit. So they scrapped it. So that, like I said, that was right click delete.
That was like 6 years wasted. 6 years wasted.
Not even. It was
now,
like
this
1
is
month.
6 years. This is 6 years into the so-called development cycle of Anthem. And then now they brought him another demo.
Wanted to agree on something.
They brought him a second demo. Now, like I said, it was a canned experience. It was not a game. This was just a proof of concept of what this is. And so they brought a second demo to him, and he played it, and they brought the flying back or whatever, and he loved it. He was like, "Oh yeah, okay, this is kind of what the idea you had." He was like, "Okay, yeah, this shit is dope." With the flying and the shooting and shit, he loved the mechanics. So after that, there was nothing still. I mean, you got to keep in mind, this game is only really now technically developed for about 18 months now.
I'd be pissed. Like, why couldn't you give me this the first time? Like, why show me this now instead of fucking just wasting my time and money giving you just for you to fucking just make this right now? Like, I would be hella pissed off.
If I was funding that project, I would be the shittiest
like,
in the world. You're all fucking fired, and here's the thing, it's BioWare too.
Shut up, get out,
bitch, the door. You know what I'm saying? Like
the door.
Right? Yeah, I'm saying, like, honestly, like, I just don't
understand. Hit you on the way out.
and this
I'm gonna need you to clean up your desk.
Exactly. Could get a box and say this side up and put your shit in it. But I honestly, I see where this is. Like, I see why there are certain things that the community complains about. Because, like I said, I'm part of the Anthem community. I actually still like Anthem. I think Anthem could be one of those dream games if it has the care. If they actually still support it. But this story it makes it a lot shaky. Yeah, but it could be like one of those games like, holy shit. Destiny did it. No Man's Sky did it. There's games out there that has a rocky start, but then the end result is like absolutely fucking Fallout 76
it's still
is
Battlefield.
Battlefield kind
doesn't
of
have as much as Journey as Destiny, because even Destiny 2 started and it was trashed and everybody hated it. Like, every time a loot shooter comes out, and that's another thing, like, everyone's hating on
Division.
Anthem.
Remember when Division 1 when it first came out? It was shitty.
That was really
destroyed.
Get
hella hated on, and then they fix it, and then they're dope. It happens all except for Borderlands.
That's
like
true.
the only
That's true.
loot
Borderlands
shooter
don't get none of that.
that
But
gets,
Borderlands
like
is
a free
not.
pass, you
There's
know.
But Borderlands is
hate
not
on
a games
Borderlands.
as service though. That's the difference between
It's
the two.
not,
Like
but
Borderlands
it's
is
still a loot shooter.
not.
And
It's like
I
a
did
narrative
forget.
loot
I did
shooter, which
forget
is
in my
weird.
argument with King. There's the number one loot shooter that we all forgot about. CS:GO.
Wait, hold
That's a
on.
loot shooter? I
Hold
thought that
on.
was a loot
CS:GO.
shooter.
Hold on,
It's a
Terry.
first person. It's a loot
Terry.
shooter. It's
Terry.
classified as a loot shooter because
I
you have your special guns
absolutely
and skins
love
that
you,
have to earn
Terry.
that game.
So
I love you,
is
Terry, but
Rainbow
check this
Six
out.
a loot
Guns and
shooter?
skins that you have to
I can't. CS:GO. I've been playing CS:GO since I've been a PC player, and CS:GO is not a looter shooter. It is not.
You have to
It is.
buy weapons. You have to earn. You have to play. You have to earn your money. You have to buy them. You can trade them. It is. It is.
Terry.
That's the same thing as how
Terry.
Black Ops 3 did it though, but like
I love you to death, Terry. It is not a looter.
It is a loot shooter. You know,
You do the
That's like
same thing in
calling Battlefield
Rainbow.
1
very,
and
very
5.
fundamental.
You do the
True.
same thing in Rainbow Six. So is Rainbow Six a loot shooter? I wanna
No,
know.
it's just like Rainbow
It's the same
Six.
thing.
It's the same. It is.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's not the
Like,
same
you
thing.
can
You guys-
compare-
Terry,
you can
it's
compare-
a 5-on-5,
you can
6-on-6
compare
deathmatch.
Battlefield 5
You're
to
looking at
Battlefield
it from the wrong.
1.
No, you're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it as the first-person shooter. Yeah, you get these guns, you run, and that's it.
It's
No, that's not what I'm
6-on-6,
talking
6-on-6
about.
battle. 6-on-6
That's not what
tactical
I'm
battle.
talking
There's no
about.
looting. There's no looting.
You loot.
It's not. There's zero looting.
Where's the loot?
Where's the
It's
loot?
different.
Where's
It's a
the
different
loot?
Sorry,
system.
but
You're
you're
not.
wrong.
You guys can't
feel
ask
like-
me to tell you, and then keep fucking interrupting me.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Terry.
What you're
Go ahead, Terry.
explaining
Go ahead,
is
Terry.
wrong. Like,
Go ahead,
everything-
Terry.
I haven't
I'm like,
explained
that's
shit
wrong.
because I've been interrupted the whole fucking time. I
All right,
literally
go ahead,
haven't
Terry.
explained shit.
Go ahead.
You guys aren't letting me fucking explain.
Go ahead.
Fuck.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
God
ahead.
damn, they have a different fucking formula for it. And it's not like your standard, yeah, they drop loot in the goddamn ground, you pick it up. No, they do it differently. You have to play, you earn your money, you can buy different guns and skins that you can't get any other way. Alright? It is.
It's not loot.
That's the same thing
They
with
do like,
Battlefield.
That's what you said
Call of
earlier.
Duty,
That's
though.
the same
Super
thing you said
fundamentals.
earlier.
there's
It's the
literally
same thing,
shit.
though.
There's shit
That's
that you
just
can
a
get in the game.
It's a shooting game. Like,
Yeah,
you
you can
but
just
there's
log
shit
into
you can get in the game that nobody else
or
can
Call
get
of Duty
in one
right now
game.
and then
That's
say,
the point
oh,
of the game,
yeah.
though. Like, to
You get
play
Terry.
to earn stuff, though. Like, you're
Terry,
wrong. No.
you
It's not
don't
loot.
get you
Yeah,
can't
but
buy
there's stuff
weapons.
that's super
There's
hard to
only
earn,
there's
you might
only
never
a set
earn,
of weapons.
and-
You start a round.
It's not like
It's
not
a
like the other
6-on-6.
games where everything is there.
It's like
and you
Rainbow
can get
Six.
it.
It's
No,
a
not
tactical
like
game.
those.
You can buy skins, but you can't buy guns. Like, guns are predetermined in CS:GO. You have a loadout, and you can either have an AK or a M4,
A
depending on
deagle.
what side. If you're a terrorist or anti-terrorist, you have a different loadout. So if you're anti-terrorist, you have an M4, shotgun, or whatever. If you're a terrorist, you have a AK, and it's like
Sawed-off.
set. So yeah, there's no
sawed-off with
loot.
double barrel,
Like
like-
it's a MLG type. 6-on-6 deathmatch type.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a regular
It's
shooter.
not.
It's a
It's
regular
not
shooter.
a looter
Which
shooter. There's no
MLG
loot. Like, you don't get loot. If you kill somebody, there's no loot. If you're
It
walking
is.
in the stage, there's no
cosmetic, but you're
loot.
still getting loot. It's all cosmetic. You're still getting loot.
No,
you
just
talking
when
about,
you
like,
kill
it's
somebody,
just a
when you
different
run
gun.
around,
Is that
when you
what
win
you're
around, there's no
Hold
loot. When you win around,
All
there's no
people
loot.
care
You
about
only
in that
rank.
game is getting
There's
the
only
fucking
ranks.
skins. They don't care about the fucking guns in that game. They care about the skins. They're doing it on a different
Yeah,
level
but you
than
can
everybody
buy
else.
other
Fortnite,
skins
that's
off
the same
the
like
market.
Fortnite is
Yeah.
a loot shooter, because you have the battle pass and you earn coins to buy skins. Like, that's
So
exactly
is
what
Apex
you're saying.
a loot shooter?
Yeah, that's exactly
Is
what
Apex
you're
a loot
saying.
shooter?
They're the same. I mean, obviously,
You
no,
like, yeah, you,
but the style of what you're
You like
describing.
Hold on.
comparing all these
Is Call of
first-person
Duty
shooters.
is Call of Duty Deathmatch a looter shooter?
No.
That's what
a
CS:GO
game.
is. CS:GO is
You
an
can still
old
buy,
ass
like-
version of Call of Duty. Like, there's no loot.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
can-
you
I
rank.
can agree on Dan with that.
I'll be
Like,
right
you
back.
They
can-
go
I gotta
on a
get my
different. They go on a different like fundamental concept.
No. Like, the CS:GO is not that.
CS:GO
Hold
not a
on.
loot
Here,
shooter.
I'm gonna do one for everybody right here. Let's just do one for everybody right here. All right. Let's just let our audience let's just go CS:GO. All right. And let's just take a look at a round of CS:GO from a random player. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this up for everybody on stream so they can see it. And
you don't
then,
need to look at gameplay.
yes, you do. You have to because I got it.
I told you it's a different.
Here it is.
It's a different. You do it a different way. You're not. I said they don't drop
his
the loot
channel,
on the ground.
192,000
I know
views.
they don't do that.
It's okay. So here's CS:GO. Okay, so this is CS:GO, and I want you to point to the loot. Okay.
I told you they don't drop it on the ground. They don't do that style of loot shooting.
The only way that they drop stuff is their guns. That's it.
Their gun. You could pick up their gun.
You would just get the design from the gun.
Right, but you don't keep it. You don't keep it.
All your loot you get.
It's not your loot.
Buy and trade. All your loot is for a shop of buy and trade. It's not dropping.
What's up, Big Cloud? Big Cloud, answer me this.
Website and get these skins for like at least a handful of money.
Big Cloud, put this in chat. Type this in the comments. Is CS:GO a looter shooter? I want you to answer yes or no for me.
It's not a loot shooter.
I think you can have different variations of a thing and people add upon them.
You cannot.
I really do. You really do because
not in CS:GO. I played CS:GO for years, Terry.
Shooters have evolved, and shooters today are nothing like shooters from back in the day. They have evolved and they changed.
But this is not a looter shooter, though.
This is a
Borderlands was out when this was out. This is not a looter shooter.
It's not.
You
just get.
It's not. It's like Call of Duty. It's like Call of Booty.
But that's like experience. Like so, you can't earn experience in any game. So every game is a loot shooter.
Right. You rank up, and then your ranking system, like you get your KD up.
Like then every game.
Yeah. You can buy skins. Like you can see the AK skin, as everybody can see on screen right now. Is an AK skin, but it doesn't change your gun. It's not like you keep the gun. It's not like
it doesn't make
you
better.
Right. Loot means that you get to keep it. Says no, CS:GO has more of a common with Call of Duty in terms of picking up weapons and you don't keep it. Exactly. CS:GO is not a looter shooter. It's not. It's like Call of Duty. It's like Battlefield.
And Battlefield, like you could do that the same thing in Battlefield. You pick up somebody's gun. Oh, it's a diamond. Now there's diamonds on it. You shoot, and when you die, you don't get to keep the skin. There's like
it's not. You don't get the loot. You don't loot anyone. It's not like you keep loot. Loot means in terms like you get loot, like the booty, like you're a pirate.
You don't get loot.
You don't get loot. You don't get loot.
You buy the loot box and it gives you loot.
That's a loot box.
That's a loot
crate.
It's a loot crate. It's a DLC, and you get skins and keys. You get skins and keys. That's it.
But the name of it is a loot box or a loot crate because it's defined by what you get, and what you get is loot.
Is Overwatch a loot?
Hold on, let's do this one for Terry.
That's just skins.
Alright, so
they're not calling it a cosmetic box. They call it a loot box, man. Because you're getting loot.
CS:GO is not a looter shooter, though. It's not a looter shooter.
Loot system is like Borderlands or Division or anything like that. No, but it does. They give you loot.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, let me ask something. So if, like, we're going to talk about, like, Call of Duty, Overwatch, anything that gives you, like, a system, a store, where you can purchase a crate or earn a crate, is that a loot shooter?
I'm just saying, for the fundamentals, they can't call it a loot box or a loot crate if you're not getting loot in said box.
Terry, answer the question.
Answer the question. Just answer that question. Yeah.
You're getting loot. Yes, you're not going out and you're not getting a whole bunch of guns on the ground. No. But you still are getting loot.
So Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, Battlefield, Overwatch, Apex Legends, all of those are looter shooters, right?
Except Fortnite.
I'm telling you, they all give you loot. I'm not saying that they have to be classified in the genre. I'm just saying
you did. You said the CS:GO was a looter shooter. You just said that. Terry, I love the shit out of you for real.
You just call yourself fucking up. You're exposed as fuck.
You lost 2 lives. It's FPS and it's an arena shooter. It's literally classified as 2 things. Many games are classified as more than one thing. So
they're not looter shooters.
I would say that they would be shooters or FPSs, whatever the fuck you want to call them first.
That's not related.
They could be classified as other things too on the very basis they do give you loot.
You're not you're assuming because they have something called a loot box automatically
So
that's
is
a loot
Halo
shooter.
is Halo
They're
5
giving you
a
loot.
shooter?
And that's wrong.
You're
No,
giving
you're
Halo
wrong.
5
That's
a
not
it's
a loot
classified
shooter.
as a shooter. So in a
Not a
very
loot shooter, like you said.
minimalistic way, it
You
is
just
still
caught
a
yourself.
loot.
You're fucking up.
It's a
Harry.
shooter,
not.
but it's not a
It's
looter
very
shooter. It's a
minimalist.
shooter, but not a looter
Very
shooter.
minimalistic way.
How can
It's
we-
a shooter, but not a
Oh my
looter
God.
It is.
shooter.
Oh my god. You're killing me.
Terry.
You're killing me.
In a very minimalistic way, it is.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Terry.
Oh my god, bro. I'm dying over here.
Terry
Not a
is
looter
strong
shooter.
as fuck.
Be
God
wrong.
damn
Be
it.
fucking wrong. Just own it and just know that you're wrong. Because you've admitted it already that you're wrong.
But
You're still
you might as well
defending
go and
yourself.
say all shooters that aren't in first person don't classify as shooters then, because they still
I
are.
didn't say that. I didn't say
You're
that.
basically
I
saying
didn't-
that
you
because
are-
No, we're saying
Okay.
CSGO
You
is
are
not a
saying
looter
it's
shooter.
Don't literally because you're wrong. Don't
You trying to
say
change up the
You
subject.
can't go
Hold
in
up.
one breath and say
can't
it
bring
can
me
only
down
be
with
one
you.
thing when they
Don't bring me
literally
down.
these games are classified as more than one thing.
Oh shit, Big Cloud, you want in? You got Discord? Oh shit. Oh shit.
I
What?
agree that, FPSs like Call of Duty and things like that are nothing like FPSs like Borderlands. The loot system is way different. I hear you. But at the very minimalistic side, they're still giving you loot.
Would Halo 5
Put our,
classify in that then?
Big Cloud, you
It's
want in
you-
on this? What you want?
You can get a rec pack. You can get a rec pack in Halo 5, and when you open it, you get all these assumptions of guns. You can get like a plasma pistol, a freaking needler. You can get all these weapons, but does that count?
I love how Rabbit finds a way to get Halo in here.
I know he did. He got
just
Halo
saying.
in there.
I'm telling you, it's still giving you loot. It's still giving you loot.
What's your Discord, Big Cloud? Look,
There won't be any room. There won't be any room for him to get in. We're already maxed out.
Oh, we're already maxed out. Fuck. Okay. All right.
Oh, it's only 10 people. Yeah,
Well,
but I
next,
can only invite one.
maybe next week, sir. What's up, Jimothy Uchia? Jimothy Uchia. What's up? What's up? But let's hold on. Let's double back to Anthem because we are already. So the crazy development cycle that they had with Anthem does kind of make me understand why there are certain things that do frustrate me with the game. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I still think Anthem is great. I just feel like that now I understand exactly why things fell short in some parts of the game. Like when you talk about the story, there's cutscenes, and shouts out to Young Yeah. He has a great YouTube channel as well. Shouts out to Young Yeah if you want to go check him out. Young Yeah, he did a great analysis on like what happened as far as like the motion capture and Young Yeet.
Yeah, I would own that shit. I'd make all my stuff Little John. Yeah, like I would own that. I would own the fuck out of that name.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. What? Like people coming. What? Like I would have.
Okay.
Okay. That was such a good okay.
But now here's the other crazy part too in the article where they discuss the like motion capture. So EA, they were fucking butthurt about those fucking memes with Mass Effect Andromeda. They were super salty about the dead faces and shit. So they spent like super spicy. They spent a dick amount of money on the fucking face
Too
capture.
much money on that game.
They did, and it was so bad that they could only do it in one take.
It was horrible.
They only had one take. And look, I give the actors credit. They did an amazing job. But when I watched Young Ye's video, he pointed out a lot of interesting things that I didn't personally see because when you're playing the game, you don't really pay attention. But there was a scene where you go rescue that. I think you work with one of those. I can't remember it was like a commander or something. You had that one black dude, and the lady wanted you to like help her find her family, and you had to find them in like this trapped like warp. You had to free them basically. And in the cutscene. The general comes up and he says something like to the effect, "I followed the smoke on your busted javelin." But that scene never happens. Like there's no scene where you see her with her javelin. Yeah, and even in the scene, she's in her javelin. So it's weird that he would say that about her javelin, you know, her being here and her javelin is somewhere else, and it's smoking because it got destroyed on the way there, and she's currently in her javelin. See, that was one thing I've never noticed, and it was just like, I see now, because they only had one take.
Probably like a split second, somebody put something on it.
They said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They had to throw it together. They had to do it because they only had one take. It was so much money. And I give them credit for this. The graphics on that, like,
hey, but the actors still got paid, though, so.
Yeah, they got paid.
I would have been like, oh, you want me to do one take? Fine, I'll take the money.
Dad, I'm out of here. I'm about to go get some McDonald's after this shit.
Like, I'm
out of here, peace.
So that was interesting to me because that was one of the things I did notice, but that is pretty bad. I mean, like if you're like you're basically putting out a product, you want it to be as complete as possible. But those things throw you off. Like those things you don't notice, but they are in there, and it is kind of souring, and it does kind of vindicate the haters. You know, even though you know I'm with Terry, I still like Anthem, but it does vindicate some because it's like, look at this shit. You can't deny that fuckability. Yeah, it does.
It has its moments. Like it has its good moments and it has its bad moments.
Like yesterday,
every game does that though.
I'm playing Anthem.
Every game's not perfect.
I'm at the end of the Scar Stronghold on Grandmaster 1. I'm getting ready to beat him and the game crashes. And it's like all that loot, all that shit that I got up until that point. I had like 4 Masterworks that when I opened chests. I couldn't believe they were rewarding Masterworks like that on Grandmaster 1, but I was happy. And then it crashed. So when I loaded the game back up, guess what? I had no loot. It didn't count for the loot.
I would have just finished.
I would have rage quit.
I would just be so pissed off. And yeah, I would agree with LaLa. I just fucking chuck that.
I rage quit. I did rage quit. I played Sekiro. I streamed Sekiro. I said, fuck this. I streamed Sekiro. Because I was having a great time. It was like I got all these fucking Masterworks. It was great. I was like, oh shit. You know, I've only been playing this game for 45 minutes and I got dough. You know, I got cash.
Get a water real quick, guys.
Yep.
It makes sense to like crash though, because wasn't that the thing when they were like releasing too much good loot, so they had to fix it?
They had to fix it, yeah.
Isn't that what happened?
Yeah,
so it was because it was broken because it gave you too much good loot.
It was giving me too much, and then they dialed it back, but then they dialed it back a little too much, so people were mad. So then they're trying to find the sweet spot for the balance on that.
But here's the thing, though. When they dialed it back, it was a nothing. It was like Grandmaster 3 was dropping commons. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, they're going to be doing it from a numbers game. So they're going to be like, okay, we'll dial back this percent, and it should be fine. But then when you actually play it, it's not fine. You know, they're just looking at the numbers.
They did it twice. That's the thing. It was like Luke was good,
still a numbers
then
game.
They killed it. Then they did
Luke
was good again, then they brought it back to guard.
I mean, I got literally, it's just a numbers game. Like, you don't know until you see it in action. So,
but like, now I understand why that is a thing, though.
It's so easy in Destiny, though. Like,
there's a Discord bot we got for one of my servers, and it's super about numbers and percentages, and just dialing that number a little bit makes dramatic changes. So I understand that there's lots of trial and error to get it just right. And that's on something as simple as a fucking Discord bot. So imagine the stuff you have to do for a freaking video game. It's going to be way more.
Yes, and I agree with that, but I think that's why with such a short development cycle, because they admitted too, even in this article, no one played it. Like when they released the game, there was no QA testers. Yeah, that's the other thing. No one played the game. Like when they released the game, like when they said, okay, we're going to put it out, when they first had their first, the first demo that came out, and then in the early release for February 19th, we played it. Like literally us as gamers, we were the first ones who played the game. And that's telling because that's like, wow, there was no QA on it. There was no quality control on the game. They just basically released it, and they wanted to get the feedback from the players, and that was it. And it was like, and I think the biggest thing was like you release something like that, and it's $60 fucking, and you expect something like if I'm paying $60, you want a little bit more quality control than that. I mean, could you imagine Grand Theft Auto? Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games said we're gonna make Grand Theft Auto, but no one's playing it. We're just gonna release it. We're gonna develop it in a year, and we're gonna release it to the masses.
Damn.
That would be a massive fuck cluster. Like, I honestly, I think this is why, and I'm starting to understand now.
It's worse because it's an online game. Like, everyone's online games crash, so you really do need to put more time.
You got to have a QA tester.
Play it online and know, at least test the game.
Actually, you know what? And here's the killer, LaLa. Here's the killer. The dude from he was the head director of SWTOR and KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars: The Old Republic. So he was
I love that one.
he was the pinnacle of somebody you want that does online games, because that's all he worked on. He worked on 2 online fucking big ass gigantic games. And here's the infighting with BioWare too. They were kind of salty that they brought him in at first, like, because I guess he worked on old games. They didn't want Beyond, aka Anthem, to kind of be like KOTOR, and that was not what he was trying to do. So there was friction there between those 2 studios within BioWare, where they were like, well, we don't want his fucking ideas, we want something new. And he left. But he came back, so they brought him back, and that's why shit was kicked into gear, because they listened to him. They were like, wait a minute,
we fucked up. Maybe
we fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You were right, and it was
we should have listened to him and not
right. Same thing with the guy from Dragon Age. They brought in a guy from Dragon Age, and he was like the main director for Dragon Age. And you think about it, somebody who's worked on RPGs, somebody who's worked on games that have multiplayer, all these games, you want somebody at the helm, and he had some great ideas. He was like, not only do we have the javelins, but what about like some sort of metal dragon, which was not in the game, but they said it was in the game at E3, was those big towering things that, remember they showed you at Fort Tarsus at E3, and they showed that big towering thing walking over Fort Tarsus. Well, they were going to say that you would ride into battle with those. That was his idea. And they said it was too much like, the game, and I didn't see it that way. I thought that was just kind of jealousy, where
you
they were like,
ride into battle with them. We just don't physically see that part.
You do not ride into battle. You don't. All you do is you spawn on top of.
But we don't see it, because every time you spawn in, you're sitting on top of the strider.
You land.
You're sitting. No, they make it look like you're landing because they have to have you load in. That's just the way they do it. It's stupid. But you are traveling in the strider.
You don't see it, though. They said you physically ride into battle. That was one of the things that they told it.
We are arriving via strider.
Remember at E3? Remember at E3 where they showed? Remember at E3 where they showed them coming in, and they showed the enemy faction was waiting on them, and the enemy faction took that thing down within real time. Remember they showed that at E3. Not in the game. That's not a thing. Because that was old boys from Dragon Age idea. They hated it, so they scrapped it because they felt like it was too much like Dragon Age. So that amazing moment that happened at E3 was just deleted. It was they said it was a thing. It was going to be this amazing, grandiose event that you get to ride into battle and have that thing battle with you. And nope, not a thing. It's totally scrapped for what we have now, which is basically you just land and spawn in on top of it. That's it, and it's a stationary thing.
A lot of games do that.
You might as well just be landing on a bridge or something. It's stationary. It doesn't do anything. That was an amazing thing there.
Cheap way to make it seem like that. Like, oh look, you are riding at sea, or you're on at sea, or you're riding it, and you're like,
but do I really get to see it?
No,
yeah, it's like, really?
You never see it.
I mean, but it's no different than really from Destiny, because Destiny, you go and you get these really elaborate ships, but you don't get to control and fly your ship.
But Destiny never said.
But you see it in a load screen.
But Destiny never said that was what you do, though. That's the thing, though. Destiny never said that, though. Destiny never said you're gonna have.
Yeah, but you don't drive your ship in Destiny.
Right. Destiny never said that, though.
They didn't say they were going to. There was no announcement like, oh.
There was no announcement that this is a thing.
I mean, but still, you're not.
Don't promise it, though. There was no.
It would be a lot. I would think Destiny, for me, I think would be a lot cooler if you could actually fly from planet to planet.
It would be dope. It would be super dope. But that's not what they. But that was not their thing. That was not what they announced. That was not what they wanted.
Animated load screen.
That'd be something cool for them to do, but they didn't say like, "Hey, we're gonna do it." That's the main difference. Is like there was no promise that we're gonna. There was no intention.
You know how easy it would be for us if we were able to fly our ships.
You just fly in there. Fuck it.
That'd be hella dope. They could have like
just crash their ship into another one.
You gotta shoot them. That'd be fucking awesome. Just be like, that would be so cool.
That'd
be the beginning of Destiny, like the beginning of Destiny 2. Where you're going through that big airspace battle, that would be a good part to like introduce it to where you can be able to fly your ship.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope as fuck. Yes, it would be.
They should really do that.
Pretty
Somebody
dope.
to go tell Destiny so they can have the idea and make it
right. But that's not what they did though. They didn't tout that as a thing. They were just like, was just part of their presentation. They didn't tout it as a thing.
It's just for design.
Right. Anthem literally said it on the stage. They said, you're going to ride in on these and ride them into battle. And they even showed it in real time where they had the players.
You take it out of context, you do ride it into battle.
No, they didn't. No, they literally showed gameplay, which was canned gameplay of it coming into battle to support the agents, and it was taken down by one of those factions. No, Terry, it was shown. And it was taken out.
There was still a cutscene.
It was not a cutscene. They literally said actual gameplay. They said this was taken in game. That was the label in the bottom right corner of the E3 presentation.
I say we just pull up that EA footage. I say we just pull up the EA footage.
Yeah. Here we go.
No, I get what you mean.
Get the evidence just so we can show her. But do they attack in battle? The big things that you guys are talking about.
No, not now.
You don't use the Strider. You don't use the
Strider at all. You
technically are arriving in one, but you don't see that part happen.
I feel like this. If you're arriving on a Strider, why would you drop down on top of it? You see what I'm saying? Like, it seems like if you're riding in on it, when the screen goes from loading to you coming in, you should be like, riding in on it, and then you jump off of it and fly off. Not because I drop from the heavens and land.
Just the concept that they want to have, so you to implement the fact that you can have. But
it was real. It was a thing at E3.
Yeah, but I think having us appear on top is so that you could have an arrival animation, because you don't all crash down. The storm doesn't crash down. It just poof appears there. All right, you're not dropping
weird. It's still weird.
So I think it's all about they wanted to have really cool arrival animations, and so that was how they could do it.
But I think that all comes from the small development cycle.
They got that from Destiny, though. Actually,
this is the thing.
That makes sense, because in Destiny you can earn cool arrivals, like spawn in and make it.
Right. You could do that in there too. You could buy arrivals. You could buy arrival poses or something like that.
I guess that's like a looter thing
in Anthem. So, but I think what that does is explains. Okay, now I see why that's a thing, because of the short development cycle. I think that's what this does, is it gives you a take-by-take analysis on the whole disruption of the creative process with Anthem to it actually coming to fruition. And I think it's interesting. It's a very, very interesting read. And I will have the link below for those, because it's gigantic. It's a big, fucking gigantic read. And you have to really take time to go through it. But there were just some of those points that were just very interesting on, 16-month development cycle. And I'm with Terry. I give them a lot of credit for what they did in that short amount of time. Was really good. But then I also kind of get pissed, because then I think about it. Fuck, what happens if they would have... If they would have took the whole 6 years, say if they would have took 1 year of development, and they took the whole 6 years to develop Anthem, think about what it would be now. It would probably be one of the best games ever created. I guarantee it. And I know. Frozen
I know
would
I
be
might
so
lose
triggered
life right here. I know I might lose life here. But Halo does that. Halo does the same thing. Like, they'll take 1 year of development, and it would take 2 years, 2 years of actually making it. I know some of the Halos, like the new ones. The new ones, I don't like a bit, because I don't like how the armor style looks like.
You just said 1 year. You just said 1 year development and 2 years of making.
Yeah, it takes 3 years for
development and making is the same thing.
Yeah, but it took 6 years to make Anthem.
There's concept and there's development. You can't say 1 year development and 2 years of making it, because that's one and the same, man.
Yeah.
I meant something else. But yeah. Oh shit! I have trouble with words. All right, leave me alone.
That's his horror.
But yeah, it's like, how can you have 6 years and just come up with that little of a game?
It's like God.
If they would actually take their time, and like how what's his name said, that game would have been so much better.
Could you imagine 6 years? If they would have said actual 6 years of development instead of 6 years of
we don't know. That's all opinion. We have no.
I feel like Anthem. I feel like Anthem. No, Terry, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, you know,
just
what we
because
got,
they get more time doesn't mean it's going to be better quality.
I feel like it would have with BioWare's case. Yes,
because
it's not always. I agree with you that it's not always the case, but I feel like Anthem would be a different game if it had a 6-year development cycle instead of a 16-month development cycle.
We'll never know.
Milked it out still. We don't know.
We'll never know about the game.
There's no way to know how much effort and quality they would have put into it.
I would put $1 million.
But we do know they flushed all that money down the toilet.
$1 million, it'd be better.
I put $1 million and it would be better than what it was.
They flushed it all down the toilet or burned it. That's what they did with that money. They flushed it and burned it.
They burned it, and you know EA has a right to be shitty because that's like, damn, we've been paying you motherfucking salary for 7 years behind this game. And there was nothing up until that last moment. And like I said, I commend them for pushing it out and sticking through it. Because those devs, I'm not trying to bash them. I commend them because they had to put up with the stuff. They had to deal with all the arguing and the fighting.
Yeah, no one would agree on something. They wouldn't agree on something.
Yeah, no one could come into an agreement. And it was just like, and then they said that
I would pull out my hair doing that shit. Like,
here's the killer. They said after they showed the video at E3, literally the development team was like, "Oh shit, that's what we're making." Like that was the actual phrase. Like they didn't even understand what it was until after, literally until they showed it at E3. They didn't even know what the fuck what they were making.
That's horribly planned.
But that's why I commend them because from that moment until release, I feel like they did a good job at least giving us something playable. Like, here's something that would be considered like an actual game for purchase. But I do see the shortcomings. I do see where it fell short because of the development cycle. I do see why in-game is now being released instead of being a thing when you first get it. I see why loot is
wasn't in-game like a part of the, if you pre-ordered it, you get in-game?
Well, well, you would get a elite legendary armor set, but that's it. And I think that's why they didn't put the ink.
Yeah,
they didn't do that. They didn't do that. But they did. But the armor sets and things like that. And here's the other thing too. And now this is the last thing we'll do, and then we'll move on to our next topic. But here's the main kicker too. That tomb mission, the tomb mission that was put in Anthem.
The demo one?
Just that mission where you have to open these 4 tombs. It's like the bane of everybody's existence within Anthem, and Terry knows I
did that one with you guys, right?
Yes, and what it is you got like all these thousands of different mini missions behind the main mission. And they said, and developers were even quoted as saying that we put this up as a wall to extend the game out until we can create more content. That is terrifying.
That's kind of lazy.
That's terrifying.
That's kind of lazy.
That's terrifying, and I feel like that's why I know now. Now, what I know how it was developed, I see why they would do that because they had literally nothing else. There was nothing else beyond that, and they had to at least kind of throttle the players a little bit so they can catch up because it's only been developing for 16 months at that point of release. So it was like they literally had not much at all. It wasn't like they were holding things back. They didn't have shit. They just did not have.
Have you guys beaten it yet? Have you guys beaten it yet?
No, I haven't beaten. I'm still trying to.
Terry's
to get
been like 200 hours though.
Yeah, Terry's got 200 hours in it.
I've beaten the game. I mean, I got 260 hours.
Jesus Christ.
I know, it's like, fuck. You know, I think I got like
Loot shooters have
70
short story games, though, like stories. Like, it's not about...
because they're all about adding the content down the road.
Yeah, so you can beat it probably in like 2 hours. Or
Destiny 1 and 2, both you can beat pretty quick. It was all about waiting for the additional content to come out over time.
Well, I feel like... Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know what this guy's talking about.
What?
I just watched the announcement thing. Not once did they show the Strider. Not once.
Here, let me pull it up for you so you can see.
Everything that was in the video.
This is gonna happen.
Everything that was in the video trailer. Everything that was in that video was in the game. Every single thing.
Yeah.
Unless they showed something later on in the presentation, but the actual video footage that they showed, everything was in the game.
Get started at devry.edu.
Oh my gosh. The
Get started at DeVry? I like it.
Right. Let me get to it here so you can see it.
You change it and then head back out again to test a different weapon.
Hold on.
But I only watched the announcement video. I didn't watch the presentation. And because you said in the video they show it, and not once was a Strider showed in that announcement video.
Yes, I'm getting ready to show it to you. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I got a clear one because there's some dusty looking ones, and that's not the one I need.
Some dusty ones.
Yeah. Here at. Okay.
Someone play the Jeopardy music.
We can move on to a different topic. I mean, we've been on this one for over an hour. But I mean, I'm just saying, I just watched the announcement trailer, and the Strider was not showcased once in that trailer.
I'm trying to get to it. I don't know why it's not showing me. Why,
Sing it.
bitch? Alright. I can't fucking get to it. It's like the shitty... I got the shitty video, and I hate showing the shitty video. Fuck. Whatever. Shit. I'm trying to get to it.
We're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties here. Excuse us. Oh, here it is right here. So, okay, so here it is right here. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's make sure we got this. Yes. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Bloody, here we go. With the bloody
I'm just saying, I only watched the announcement trailer. I didn't watch any of the presentation part.
Okay, so in game, right? All right. Here's the game for everybody to see. Here's the game. What's up, Krim? So in game, they're showing the Ranger and other javelins running.
Okay, this video is not the video I watched.
Okay, all right. Well, this is the one I saw. So here we go. All right, so they're running through here. They fly up.
He pulls out a video.
Shit's looking fucking dope. Now remember, this is not a game at this point. At this point, this is not a game. So they run. They say they're under attack. Now this is all happening in real time. Remember, there's quest markers and everything too. That's not in the game. So now, as you can see, there's the Strider right there. Boom! It's getting attacked. It's blew up. Look, in the middle of gameplay. Boom! It's down. Right? It's supposed to be coming to rescue the. But that's not a thing.
Oh, no.
This is not in game. This is not something that you can do. You see what I'm saying? So let's be real here. Events happening in real time. Look, this is not something that goes down. This is not. Look at that. Boom! Now that goes down in the game. That looks good, but it doesn't alter the environment either. Look, if we stop, his gun altered the environment. You can see that there's a giant hole and carcass,
giant crater and everything.
So let's call it for what it is. It was a short development time. All the shit that they promised at E3, there were some things that just couldn't make it just because of them twiddling their fucking thumbs to the last minute. So that's what I'm saying.
They didn't have enough time, I guess.
Right. So let's just call it for what it is. That's not,
You think if they had another 2 years, the game would have been a little bit better?
2 years, we'd have had that battle. That's why I said 2 years would have been better. 2 years, that would have been a real thing. That Strider coming into battle to assist you and getting wrecked by an enemy faction, it could be a real thing, but that's not what's in Anthem. What we get now is when you're flying in free play, you get a little question marker that tells you to go here, and then you fight hordes of enemies. That's it. That's not the dynamic faction-based gameplay that they show right there, which, like I said, at that time, it wasn't even a game. It was just a concept that when the developers saw that E3 demo, they said, oh, shit, that's what we're making? Like, that blows my mind right there. So, Anthem, I feel like Anthem.
Yeah, that makes me want to play it now. If I saw that for the first time, I'd be like, yeah, I want that game.
I want that game. Shit, all that shit's happening in real time on an online game. Yes, please sign me up immediately. That's how we all were.
Sign me up for the beta.
That's why we all had the game. Well, at least me and Terry. Shit, you know that we saw that and we were like, fuck.
I get it. Like, they try to sell you on something.
I actually didn't want Anthem when I saw it at E3.
We'll give you this. They're like, we'll give you this.
True story.
This.
I had zero interest in the game.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want it. I thought it looked ridiculous. I didn't have any interest.
Gotta try out the game first.
And then I got into the early closed alpha.
That's why you played it on PC.
And then I played it on PC, and I saw and then that's at that moment was when I was like, okay, yes, and I pre-ordered it, and I got it. But up until that point for alpha testing, I didn't want the game, and now I tested it, I loved it, and I'm still playing it.
See, testing a game out.
Actually, technically, we're still testing it. Shit, honestly, like if you think about it,
y'all are still testing the game.
You know, but you know what? Like I said,
I bet
go ahead.
From like 2 years now, the game will probably be good.
Anthem, I would say probably another. I would say give it another 6 months to a year, and Anthem will be kind of where it is if they stay focused. If they say, you know, we believe in Anthem.
Yeah. If
they say we believe in Anthem, we're not going to abandon the game. We're going to fucking do it. Yes.
They said they wanted Anthem to be a 10-year game, just kind of like Destiny.
I doubt it.
So,
I think it's a 4-year game.
If they stop taking the shortcuts, they can make it. They just need to, you know, be serious.
They need to be serious. They need to focus, and they got somebody in there right now who's doing a great job as far as like getting people together and kind of having a cohesive unit. So I think Anthem has a chance to actually be outstanding. It's just that how many players are going to stick with it through its terror phase.
I think they can do it. I mean, look at Destiny. Destiny is, you know, makes hella money, and it's still the super most hated, shitted on fucking, you know, loot shooter out there.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Destiny's new stuff that came out actually put it in a lot of gamers' good graces because of all the open world stuff and the, you know,
people shit on Destiny like crazy, but they're making great money. They're doing well, despite the fact that they're getting so much hate.
I can tell you this. Anthem 2 is going to be fucking dope as fuck.
LaLa, you're muted.
I can tell you that.
Totally talking to my fucking self. I lose.
Shit.
I can see her like she's like going on with Destiny. I'm like, no one is here.
Like, because Destiny is the shit. But I was gonna say, like, that's the thing about every loot shooter, including Anthem. Everybody fucking hates on it, but there's like the one person that loves that game and will keep playing it, and then play through all the negative stuff because someone's gotta bitch about it until they fix it. There's gotta be a problem. Someone's gotta find it before you realize it's broken. And so everyone's like shouting about all the negative things that happen in Anthem. Same shit with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Like, it just every loot shooter that comes out is garbage. Division 1 was terrible, but Division 2 is hella dope. Like, every loot shooter, no one, like, it's hard to fucking calibrate how to make a loot shooter, apparently, because they're always hella broken when they come out. Every fucking time. And then 6 months later, they're fucking awesome. So I play Anthem in like 6 months. Like, that, I'm just waiting for it to not be broken. Because I know that's what's wrong.
I would say in 6 months, LaLa, it should be.
Fallout too, LaLa, huh?
Yeah, I'm just waiting until I fix Fallout so I can go play with Fallout. Like, I'm not hating on it; it's just broken.
Doing the same thing because I gave up on the game now. Like, it's too like all these weapons you would get in Fallout. You would have like a shotgun that does at least 1,000 damage. Now they brought that down to like 90%. It only does 25% of damage.
Oh
so
shit!
It dropped it to like 200, and I was pissed about that.
They definitely need to step up their game with loot shooters, though. But, you know, Division 2 is not getting the same kind of hate that Anthem's getting.
Well, Division 2 actually, Division 2, here's the thing, though. Division 2, and I put a lot of time in Division. I feel like Division got the formula right as far as their game goes. Like, looking back at Division 1.
They had a fix. They had a lot
But here's the thing. Looking back at Division 1, when I first played that game to, like, what I'm playing now with Division 2, it's like 50 times better than Division 1.
But you can't compare it with that way because they literally had a whole game to figure it out to get it right.
So there's like, it's like saying Anthem 2 is gonna be the shit. It's pretty.
That's what I said. Anthem 2 is gonna be fucking dope as fuck.
Destiny 2 is better than D1 for a lot of people because they had a whole game to figure it out and get it right.
Frozen. If they make an Anthem 2 that ever becomes a thing, it's gonna be great.
I see you say Frozen says Bethesda's loot shooter Starfield I think will be worse than Anthem. Starfield, listen, Bethesda, Ooh, Bethesda. Ooh, it's called Starfield. They've been working on this game for a long time.
Bethesda, it's hard because Bethesda does great when it comes to like Wolfenstein and stuff, but then when you look at like Fallout or they cut corners
too though, except for 76. But
like, they cut. I'm looking at it as they cut so many corners, and that game is so buggy. But then you go and you'll get Bethesda. But then if you go and you get like Wolfenstein, which is by the same company, that game is usually on point. It's not littered with bugs.
Looks hecka good.
It looks
Starfield's
amazing.
a looter shooter. It's going to be a looter shooter, so that's going to scare the shit out of me.
So how come Bethesda can get Wolfenstein right, but then they shit all over you with Fallout with a fucking broken-ass game?
I feel like, like Terry said, they're cutting corners. Like, they're just taking Skyrim, repasting it, and made Fallout 4. Fallout 4 did fucking great with its buggy problems, because they know it's buggy. Same thing with Skyrim, it's buggy. They said, let's just do this again, copy everything from Skyrim.
That's true, Krim.
Literally, the fucking dragon, or whatever, the Scorch Beast, looks like the fucking dragon in Skyrim. They're literally just pasting over the same game and leaving all the problems with it. It's fucking, it sucks. He's like, oh my god. But it's annoying because all these games are great, and I like to play them all. They all are really fun, but they are hella broken. They do cut corners. It sucks.
They're super broken.
Yeah.
Which hurts because I love Elder Scrolls, and I know Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be a hot fucking mess.
I hope it's not. I keep praying
they already said it's gonna be the same fucking game engine, and they're probably gonna take resources from 76. So you're basically gonna get a 76 broken fucking Elder Scrolls 6 is what you're gonna get.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I was playing 76, and I was like, they dropped you know how they drop little care packages around it, and the whole Fallout world. I tried to walk up to it, and there was like a little wall that was blocking me from getting that crate. So I'm like, I was like freaking out, like, why can I not get this crate? It was literally an invisible wall. Like I couldn't walk towards it. I couldn't get nothing out of it. That's the thing I don't like how Bethesda does. Like,
fuck yeah, Cram,
there's so
really?
many bugs
That's
and
good
glitches
news.
with it.
They've been using the same shit in Elder Scrolls since fucking Morrowind. They just keep adding to it.
Yeah.
I hope it's not just Skyrim 2.0. I want
and that's why the games keep getting buggier and buggier and buggier as they go. They're just building onto a broken thing.
Just copy and paste like everybody's saying.
Call of Duty and fucking every fucking best football game ever. Like I hate like keep doing that. Like companies keep doing that.
Yeah,
like why do you guys keep buying Madden? Like it's literally just...
That's how EA gets all its money though. Like people like with FIFA, people just buy all the like little packs that you can get, and you get like major players about. And
but
with
I'm
Madden,
not like that though.
All they do in Madden is just update the roster. That's it. That's all they do. They update the graphics.
They add minor like feature changes, but
basically.
And they'll update the roster, but other than that, it's usually the same stuff.
Yeah, it's.
I think every.
But then again, it's a sports game. How much can they really change? Literally,
true.
All there is to it is their teams playing on a fucking
field.
field.
Why charge $60 for it? Why charge so much money for just an updated roster and maybe some cool new features?
Yeah, that's why I don't
buy it. So why would you not?
Get it.
People have been paying for it. They're making a lot of money. So why would you not do it if people are willing to pay for it? If people didn't buy it, then you would.
You mean like a loot shooter Frozen, where you just buy DLCs, like roster patches? Oh, I get what you mean, Krim.
No, like like sports games, like football, basketball. It should really be those. I think
should be like a service.
That's what I'm saying. Games as service.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I agree with that because I feel like having to buy a new iteration.
I mean, they do that for MLB The Show. I mean, there'll be patches all the time on the show that'll be like.
They just released a new show.
They do that with Forza too. They do that with Forza too.
Yeah,
there's always a roster patch all the time on the show. All the time. If someone in the season got traded somewhere or something happened, they fucking update that shit all the time.
If you take a look at Forza, they still have the same cars, but like a new year of them. Same thing with the Madden. Same thing with FIFA. They just add a little bit, and that's it. They just ship it back out. But Forza, its graphics are beautiful. You gotta admit that. It has it almost looks real life. But with Madden,
Forza is amazing, actually.
Forza is beautiful.
With Madden, it's just like they copied and pasted it, but added a hint of a little bit better graphics.
But Forza's on the same boat. Their gameplay doesn't change. They just make it prettier.
What are you gonna do? It's a racing game. There's so much.
All you do is
I mean, you can
Same thing
improve
how
a
you're
shooter.
saying. That's how you're saying, Sarah. There's not much to do
Shoot a gun
with
and a
sports
shooter,
games.
and they find ways to improve shooting. So I mean, you should be able to improve.
But there's like
Yeah, but they don't have, like-
story. Like there's not much story you can do with a football game. Like okay, you're gonna make a guy that starts in college and like there's not much to do.
Yeah,
Same
with
thing
the
with
new
like a racing
with the
game.
new
You're gonna race to
Madden.
get to the top. Okay. Not much.
With the new Madden, all they did was add this new game mode where you're playing as a person that reaches his fame to the NFL. That's it. That's all they added.
Cool.
You still have the multiplayer where you go against people with the different teams, and you got your whole season bracket that you can do. That's
cool.
it.
That's fine.
They do is add like a little bit of stuff. That's it.
Right. That's why it should be a service. That's why I agree that it should be a service instead of.
It should just be like a little DLC that you get. It shouldn't be like a every year you come out with the new game.
DLC. They could just make it a patch. It doesn't need to be a DLC.
Yeah.
Honestly, a patch would work. I can see a patch for sure.
I can see a patch too. Then scratch my DLC idea.
Yeah, I don't want to have 50 plus DLCs you have to download to get all the freaking roster updates. That'd be some bullshit.
All right, let's do this. What time is it? Oh shit!
It is 11:54.
So much fucking time on Anthem.
Talking about Anthem.
Oh my god! I just looked at the clock. Holy shit! All right, I want to skip. God, I got so many topics too. Fuck that. I'm just skip.
I like the Sekiro topic. That's really
Let's do Sekiro. All right, so Sekiro. Sekiro has dudes so soft right now. Let me go to the article so everybody can see it here. Let me pull it up for our masses here. All right, so, and now here's Terry's point, because I love what she said about Forbes at the beginning of our show, how Forbes is like epic fail.
I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
I see what you see. Yeah, no.
Right, here's the epic fail.
I'm going to agree on Terry with this one.
Right. So, Dave Thier, I can't say his last name, but he's like a games contributor, writer for Forbes.com.
Dave Thier.
Yeah, Dave there. Dave, bitch over there. You know what I'm saying? Like
him over there. He made things up.
Right. This motherfucker right here. But he writes this article about how Sekiro needs to respect its players and add an easy mode. Like, first of all, this
you mean a pussy mode
here. Oh my god! I mean, just
like, come on now. I like how in what's Wolfenstein they had it an easy mode where it's a fucking pacifier in the mouth.
Yeah. This article right here screams of weakness. Like, honestly, like
did that guy not play games as a kid? Because I remember all the games we played as a kid didn't have difficulties. It was
I like how there's a little.
It was fucking hard. It was fucking hard. There was, later on you could always add cheat codes and stuff to make your gameplay easier, but then you're doing cheats, which you can still do today. So why do you need to go and intentionally, tell a developer, hey, thank you for making this great game, but we need you to dumb it down because I can't handle it. I mean,
this guy's a little bitch. I feel like
I can't handle getting my ass kicked in the game. By the NPC.
They go put a goddamn cheat code on like Hip Hop Gamer and
shit!
The best part is that
Hip Hop.
You can if you want to do it that way, then do it that way. Why go after the devs and tell them that they need to respect you and put that in? Hell no, they don't.
I'd be like, who are you to tell me?
Give them creative freedom.
The fact that these gamers don't have difficulty settings mean the certain sort of player with the time, inclination, reaction, speed, and lack of physical issues will final bosses anywhere but on Twitch. Are they saying that like streamers need an easy mode because we're streaming? Like, is that what
they're saying that some people? Well, they tried to say that it needs to be easier with people with physical limitations, and they were trying to use like.
Physical limitations?
Yeah. They try to say yes.
What do you mean?
I'm telling you, dude. This article
controller.
is sweaty as shit, man. And I'm
my God.
I would understand it if it would go for the Obulus Rift. And you're just like trying to perform all these fucking kung fu moves. Like, what's the point?
What's
and
the
they give
point?
like for people who need help, they have controllers and stuff for people that need help to play games.
Yeah, and anybody can master the controls for however they play.
I can agree with that,
It's supposed to
Krim.
be hard though. Like it's not supposed to be easy. This game is made by the people that make very hard games. Like this game is not meant. And actually, I was told that this game's actually easier than Dark Souls by a couple different streamers who were streaming it, and my coworker said that this game is a little bit easier than Dark Souls. And whenever you die, you're actually not killing yourself; you're killing everybody else. I was like, oh, well then, like I could die 1,000 times, just kill everybody else. I'm not dying, you know. So I already
He
made
says,
LaLa's just gonna be dying all the time.
Listen
She's
to
gonna be
this
like,
shit right here.
she's gonna have her arms up and everything.
I'm gonna get that fucking game, but I'm gonna suck at it.
This dude says the continued. He talks about people who play like Dark Souls games and how like there shouldn't be an easy mode. He says the continued insistence that an easy mode would somehow affect the normal mode seems to represent a player's lack of respect for themselves. Who the fuck do you think you are, dude? Are you trying to say that because people want the games on how they come out that we don't have self-respect? Who the fuck do you think you are, dude? I will knock the fuck out of you, bro. What?
I want my game developers to have creative freedom. They should make the games they intend them to be. And I hate how people try to force on them to change things. We have people over here telling them they need to add easier difficulties. We got people telling them they have to change storylines because they don't agree with it.
Oh
give them fucking freedom. It's their fucking game. It's their story. And let them tell the story the way they want to be told. It's fucking their
They're the ones that are spending this hard time making this game, not the person that's whining about.
Appreciate for what it is.
You want it for what it's intended. You want what they intend.
I'm just so done with people wanting to alter things. Let people make things the way they intended to be made.
Stupid.
That reminded me of that.
You don't go to the movie theater and be like, oh, I didn't like that ending, redo it. No. Shut the fuck up. I didn't like that plot line. Could you add a movie DLC, like alternate ending for me, please? No,
that's right. It's like get the fuck out of here.
They do that in some movies. Like some movies, they do that.
I've never heard of
that. Like, what's the point?
Have they ever released a second?
Yeah, they've had alternate endings. Like I Am Legend had an alternate ending.
But they're usually only like bonus content that you.
They're just bonus content. It's not really
that you get when you buy.
Yeah, I Am Legend had an alternate ending.
Change the whole plot.
I gotta look this up now.
It doesn't. It's just bonus content you can get later on that's already included.
But here's my thing: saying that we. Here's my thing though: saying that
Odyssey's a big example of that. They bitched and they changed the whole story.
Yes.
They changed like a whole fucking DLC about it, and I'm like...
Well, that was what Mass Effect 3. Remember Mass Effect 3? They were so pissed about the ending of Mass Effect 3.
I understand people were pissed, but I mean, I think it was more the fact
I'd be like, too bad.
I think it was more... I really don't think they could have done the ending the way they intended without the fans being mad, because they wanted to get rid of Shepard, and people really didn't want to lose Shepard. So I think no matter what they would have done, people were going to be pissy.
It's just fans, you know. Fans get riled up, but this right here, this dude is not. I don't think he is a fan, because for him to say that we lack self-respect because we want the game how they intended is like the most. I can't. Yeah, he fucking sucks. You know, he gets his booty clapped at the first enemy.
He's probably trash. And
a skeleton walks up to him.
I'm trash. I'm trash at lots of games. I'm not writing articles to the devs telling them they should make it easier so I can play it. No, either I keep working at it and I get better, or I move on to a different game.
I'm not going to go Fortnite. I'm not going to playing 1,000 times.
My game experience on a developer and ruin it for other players that already like it the way it is. I mean, how entitled do you have to be to think that the way you play it is superior to others?
That's why they made
it. It took me a year to get good at Dark Souls.
If you want to make it
easier, it did too. It took me a long time.
Add the cheat codes.
Dark Souls, oof.
That's Dark Souls raped my ass, but I was able to get it.
Dark Souls made me rage so many times, but I'm like, I got this. And when I beat it, I felt like I accomplished this whole...
I'm telling you.
I feel like my whole life was accomplished.
I remember I was watching my homegirl streaming.
I'm trash at that.
She had this intense fight, and then she goes... Once she finally, she's like, "Oh, that was awesome. That was really hard." Ooh, like she was like
yeah.
pumped about it. It was like even better. Just like it's better because it's hard. Like it's supposed to be a hard game.
Yeah, that's how I
Like
feel
the
when I
one-
solve really hard puzzles in games. It feels good because I know so many
I'll
people.
look it up and I'll fucking
look
cheat and
them
be
up.
like, I don't know. I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Google. I do that all the time when I get stuck. Or
You know
ask
what?
Chat,
Like,
the
back
fuck
in the
is the
day-
answer?
back in the day
If
when,
you look up the answer, I mean, you're still playing the game. I don't see you writing an article fucking to, Square Enix saying, hey, your Tomb Raider puzzles are too hard. Can you please, add a differerent puzzle difficulty?
Can you
No.
make
Right.
an easy setting where I can just highlight and find the answers?
Can
faster?
you have all the answer printed
They
off
have
on the
that
wall?
in Tomb Raider, actually. An easy mode where you just click the button, everything highlights. And it tells
So
you
you guys know
what
that
to
scene
do.
from Gears of War 1 where the Berserker comes out? And one of the missions. I literally had so much tough times. I think I did this like 50 times restarting that mission because my dumb self would run in front of the Berserker. Like, I didn't know how to maneuver myself through this dude. Like, every time I would go through this guy.
Charged in front of it?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah. And then I just learned, okay, I have to do this. I gotta get in front of that door so he can smash it. So
I just imagine this in another analogy. There's a milk truck coming down the road, and he runs in front, like, "Hey, stop!"
stop. Puts out his hand in front of it.
Let me show everyone this here. So this is this is what you won't get if you have a easy mode of Sekiro. Let me pull this up for everybody here. All right, so this is last night. I was streaming Sekiro, and this is a moment you won't get if you don't play the game as the developers intended. So let me play this for everybody right here. Come on.
You said don't play it as intended?
Right, if you don't play as intended, you won't get this feeling.
Fuck.
Let me show you this
Come on,
feeling right
motherfucker.
here. So I had been fighting this motherfucker. I think I died at least 7 or 8 times to him. So he was well whooping my natural ass.
Giving me flashbacks.
This is like
to
me
my
with the
Minotaur.
Berserker.
This is giving me
This is like me with the
flashbacks to my
Berserker, but,
Minotaur
like, I'm not
fight
dodging.
Odyssey right now.
Right. Woo! He tried to bait me.
God.
Oh God!
I'd be panicking.
So at this moment, I already died once. I don't have any respawns. So I found a way to let me monitor his movements. Maybe I could get behind him. And Alucard, shouts out to Alucard. He was helping
find
me
the weak
too.
spot on it.
Yeah, he was like find the weak spot.
Keep that wall and
Find the vulnerability.
done or nothing. He just recovered so
It
quick.
doesn't phase
Right.
him. He's like, I'm not dizzy from that hit.
So I was fighting him. I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
Looks like I don't think he's trying to kill you. It really looks like he's trying to put the damn fire out.
Oh yeah, but he's trying to kill me. So he's definitely trying to kill me.
Please.
He's like,
Here it is.
He's like, I can't douse it right now, man.
Yes! Fucking yes! Fuck!
I'm like having some steak tonight. I'm
So
having some steak tonight.
honestly, you will never have that moment where you felt like
You never have like that satisfying.
You won't have that satisfaction.
I know that moment, man, because
Satisfaction,
I was having that moment on Odyssey when I was going against the Gorgon.
Remember,
Like,
Medusa was
any
whooping your
boss fight.
natural
No,
ass,
I-
Terry.
My
Any boss
heart
fight for
was
me. I sucked
racing
so bad.
when the health bar got low because I was like, I cannot fuck up right now. My heart was racing. I was like, trying to like control my breathing. I was like, keep ramping up. And as soon as I beat it,
That's so funny.
it
That's
was a
literally-
huge celebration. It's the best moment in games, and I agree. Like, yeah, it sucks ass when you're getting your ass kicked and it's hard. It sucks, but that moment you overcome that obstacle and you beat it. It's
It's
so
like
worth
a
it.
weight
so-
off your
it's
shoulders,
worth it.
basically.
It's so
All
worth it because
big
you're always
weight
My
going to
biggest
remember that
example,
time.
I have
You
of that
will always
moment.
remember that
I
time.
actually never beat Luigi's Mansion when I was little. I can never defeat Bowser. I never beat Luigi's Mansion. I played that game 1,000 times, never beat Bowser. And I think I actually beat him on stream, and it was like, oh my god, 23 years I've been trying to defeat him. Like,
23 years.
every time. I was like,
You know,
23
it's
time is the charm. Like, yes, 30 minutes.
And you will always have that memory of beating that moment because it was so hard. Look at all the other games we play and we go through fights and they're not hard. You're not going to remember those fights. You're going to remember the ones that you had to work and, and it
Big
was
example of a loot shooter.
Like,
Whenever
you know how
get
the
done,
boss
that gun
fights
is
in
broken. Like I got this Ace of Spades. You know how hard it took me to get this Ace of Spades?
Oh
Like,
yeah. But
it's
even though it was
fucking
hella
treasure.
easy for me to get the ace of
Yeah,
spades.
no,
It's
bullshit.
having those moments in a game.
Yeah, it was hella easy for me to get
Games need those because without those
I
moments,
got
your
it in a
game
day.
will not.
Come on, LaLa.
It's not
without
memorable.
those moments, the game will not be memorable. Exactly. The game
Yes.
the game will not
Like
be memorable. You have
every
to
Gears
have
of
those
War,
moments. So
in
if
every
you
Gears of War, I put it on insane. I'd put
Look,
it on
and
insane.
Halo. Look, Terry, and Halo.
and Halo, even in Halo,
And Halo, I put it on Mythic. I put it on Mythic.
Yeah,
And
I may
Mythic
not
mode is
like
where
Halo,
you-
but if you
where you
play
turn
that
on
on
all the scrolls.
Legendary and up there, I mean that shit gets ridiculous. You get like one hit kills on you. That shit's hard. So I mean,
Tell me, it's in Halo 3 where you're in the flood ship and you're on Mythic to where they non-stop throw grenades at you and freaking just start charging you with energy swords and shotguns and rocket launchers. I literally tore my hair out during that mission.
Fuck that.
I
Fucking
literally
playing
wanted
Super
to rage
Smash when I
quit.
fuck up all of my viewers. I kick my ass. When I went
You don't
around
know how to
Super
up smash,
that's the
that's what.
shit.
You don't know how to up smash, LaLa. Like,
I
you have
kicked your ass.
2 jumps.
I've only played Smash once, so I know
I
I'm
love
not
playing
trash.
Smash. I play
I'm
with
not
my
trash.
friends up too.
Smash, but I
It's
play
a
with
hella
so
fun game.
many fucking people that are like godly that they're fucking the Bowser of my own fucking Super Smash. It's terrible.
Well,
So whenever
you
I
know,
went around, it's fucking glorious.
I'm just curious as to what this guy. Like, I would like to take a peek at his collection of games. Like, I would really like to see what he has because he can't honestly.
I
own
have
any
nothing
Dark
against
Souls.
him
He plays
wanting.
like the brokenest games ever.
I have nothing against him wanting to make the game easier. I mean, there's already he can put codes in to make it easier. Fine, play it how you want
Or
to play
just
it,
play
enjoy the
normal
game.
mode.
But don't go and tell the developers, "Hey,
Don't be a little
We want an
bitch.
easy
and,
mode.
and say it's
He's
out of
like,
respect."
we want an easy mode.
It is
Nobody
not
behind
stupid.
him.
It's literally disrespectful
behind
for him to say that they don't respect him because he wants this. He's being an entitled ass.
Right.
Exactly. That's
Just
fucking-
Yeah, go
just
kick
put
his
a
ass.
code in and play the game easy. Don't tell them that hey, you need to manipulate the way you created this and change
You know
your
what's funny?
change your.
If they do put an
I don't like that.
put an easy mode
They
on there,
won't.
they should call it like baby mode, where like something
Hey.
catchy.
There was a
Like
guy. That's a good segue. There was a guy for PC. He modded Sekiro, and it's out now. You can download the mod if you're on PC, and it adds an easy mode as well as other graphic options. But he fucking put one in there. He said, "Fuck it, I can't beat it, so I'm going to put out a mod that actually adds easy mode." So there's
That's kinda
actually.
cool. See, that's different. That's not a developer thing. That was some guy.
Right,
that
some
was
guy just said, "Fuck it, I'll
smart
do
for
it,"
me.
and that was up to him
I'm
if
too
he wanted to
smart.
do it or not.
I'll do it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. I mean,
That's
so
dope.
many games have a huge mod community. Who cares? If you want to play the game,
Fallout, Skyrim.
it's fine. I'm not gonna, I've always said that doesn't matter if you like or hate a game, as long as somebody else is enjoying the gameplay. That's all that matters is they're having fun. Okay, so
That's true.
As
but
long as
don't
you're
go,
playing it and you're having
don't go
fun and
and
you're enjoying
impede
it.
your view on the developer and tell them and start saying that that
their
they
fault.
don't respect you
And-
because you don't
and
have the
I
game
bet
your
you're
way.
not.
That's
Well,
Well,
He
he
will never
said
play the
basically
game.
we don't have self-respect because we play
Yeah.
Sekiro. Like, we support Sekiro. So he's saying that we as gamers don't have self-respect. And I'm like,
And
fuck you, bro.
Or us
I
playing
think
the
what
game.
he
I
was
have
trying
no
to say
problems with
was
him
that
modding the game and making it easy, but don't
Everyone
go
that's like-
and demand it from the developer to add that shit.
I
That's
thought he
cool.
was saying when he was like, and the gamers whatever gamer gets mad at you for doing that, they have no pride. Like, that's what I took it as. What he was saying, it was that he's talking shit about us right now for like, what do you mean? Why would you?
Right. He's like, why are you defending
What?
it? Why,
So,
if you don't
yeah.
have self-respect? And it's like,
Then
fuck.
we have
eat
low
a
pride.
dick,
because
I
we
bro.
bet he
don't
doesn't
think we're
even.
as good as our,
He won't like even play it. I bet he will never
Yeah.
play Sekiro.
My issue.
like
I bet he won't.
My issue is I don't care
He's
how
like,
the
nah,
fuck he
chief,
wants
this
to
game's
play
too
the
hard.
game. He can make it
Right.
as easy as he wants with mods. I don't care. As long as he has fun. But don't go and tell the developer that they have to do that for you. No.
Yeah.
That was basically like a
Exactly,
front to everybody
exactly.
who plays it and the developers.
Preach.
They
That's
have
basically
their
like a middle finger
vision.
to everybody.
They have a vision for the game. That's like telling somebody to like you said, changing a movie or change a book or change any type of art media. That's their project. That's something that they're presenting to you. It's not something for us to manipulate their ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's-
you don't go
we're
to fucking
supposed to take
Shakespeare
their
and be like, I
yeah.
didn't like that they died. Can you change that?
Can you
I
change
want-
that? Just rewrite the whole fucking story. Like,
I didn't
no,
like that.
We
No.
did like the ending to that story. change it now.
Too tragic.
Right. Let's just
let
support
writers
Sekiro.
write the story the way they want it. Their story. It's their fucking story. Let them tell it.
They're the ones that are putting the effort. This is what I'm going to say again. They're the one that's putting the effort, the time, and all this hard work to make this game and make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
6 years.
Bitch, you played this game for like 30 minutes. That's like the thing. Like, you played for 30 minutes. Something I took 6 years to make, and you're gonna bitch?
I know. Oh, God. That was
You
amazing.
played it for 6 years.
People complain
like,
so
I can't do
much
it.
about things they don't like about games, and I'm like, if you really don't like something, go and write a better story and give it to a developer.
Yes.
Go and get your degree in game design and make a better game. Don't sit there and tell people how it's done if you're not gonna fucking put an effort to do it. Shut up.
Right.
Yeah,
And you know what? And I love
bitching about
Sekiro.
this.
Go ahead. Joking.
There's like people whining about games that they want to change it, like with the Odyssey incident. And freaking now this,
I'm still pissed.
people
I'm
want
still pissed that Ubisoft changed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, people think that they can get whatever they want if they just whine enough.
Yeah,
That's
as long as they're the loudest, even if they're a minority, if they have the loudest voice, they get what they fucking want, and that's the problem with
it's
how
stupid right now.
that's the problem with our generations right now is that they figure as long as they cry louder, they can get what they want, and that's why I got so pissed. That's when I got so pissed with Ubisoft when they gave in, because they literally gave the crybabies what they wanted. They just made it real. So now they're going to keep crying every time they don't like something now because you just made it real. You gave in to them.
Yep.
Isn't that
And
what
that's
you're
why I
supposed
did.
to do?
That's
Like a
basically
baby.
erasing the whole.
You're not supposed to pick up a
Assassin's
crying
Creed
baby all the time. You're supposed to let it cry. Isn't that like how you raise children?
Exactly. But
Let them cry.
These babies are picked up. These are fucking.
Sometimes,
babies.
this dude is a
adults.
giant baby and he needs his diaper change stat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
pretty
let's
much.
Change in a bottle.
Pretty much, these group of gamers are just kids throwing a tantrum, and you just keep handing them a candy bar to shut them up. That's
Dude
what
is so
especially-
weak.
doing
He's
that.
so weak. He's weak as fuck.
Like people were whining about Fortnite, how they had like the double pump situation. Everybody was whining about it.
That shit
But
was
when they
bullshit,
took
though.
it away, they were like, "Why'd you take it away? Why
You
did
can
you
never make people happy these days.
Yeah,
That's why
I'm
they
glad
need.
they took
That's
it
why
away.
they need to just create shit.
I'm not,
and then-
'cause I was good at
and stand. I mean, if they have something that's
cheating.
broken, if they have something broken, then yeah, listen to your
It was
feedback
broken.
and
It was
make
cheating.
and improve upon it. But
It was
don't
super
go-
unrealistic. If you're gonna try to make the game, I know it's like a dorky kid game, but if you're gonna make it somewhat shooting realistic, don't be cheating and do something like that. That they didn't break. It wasn't a cry of help. It was broken and they fixed it.
Which is fine, yeah.
And
I mean,
like
if you
the
have
conversation I
a
had
broken thing, then fix it. Listen to your feedback and fix it. But I mean, don't go changing
The whole
huge
story.
game mechanics because somebody's fucking upset about it. Shut up.
See, the
Suck
things
it
that
up.
I hate about some games is like the
Remind
shotguns are like the most overpowerful weapon in the game. Like with Destiny, with freaking Fortnite,
That's just a thing
and
that no one can figure out.
Battlefield. In Battlefield, shotguns aren't so overpowered. That's what I love, and especially in their Firestorm mode. It's like I was talking about this yesterday with LaLa too. Like if you have a shotgun, like a pump or an automatic shotgun in Battlefield, it takes like at least 3 hits to kill somebody in the game.
Guns always have
well, here,
systems
joking.
and shooters.
Maybe you need to make an article about how they should add.
Nah, I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm not gonna preach to the choir.
So many
There's no point.
shooters make pistols too strong and LMGs too weak when it should be the other way around.
It should be the other way around.
Yeah.
LMGs are hella weak
Yeah.
in every game ever.
LMGs are always shitty. You just
Except for Fortnite, the LMG was fucking dope as fuck, and the Tommy gun.
Oh yeah. No, the
Tommy's
Tommy gun was
supposed to be a
broken.
killer gun
No,
too. Shit.
That
The
game was
Tommy
fucking-
gun was broken in the game.
that game
Like
was OP.
it was like it was a Thompson, and that gun is a little bit not accurate with the recoil on the gun. And the way that you played it in Fortnite, it was like it had like the best accuracy you can ever have. That's the thing that like they don't get some things right, but they still let people play it. That's what I think. That's what people do. But yet people like cry about broken stuff in some certain types of games, and no matter what, they're still gonna play the game.
Still gonna play it. Still gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Like I rage so much on Fortnite. I rage so much on Fortnite. I still play it, even though it pisses me off.
That's like the biggest game that everybody goes back to.
Well, let's just add easy mode to every game. Let's just add plebe mode.
No. We're not gonna add easy mode to Dark Souls because that's just gonna waste all my time fucking spending playing that game.
Dark Souls is like Dark Souls if it was easy.
That's just putting a middle finger up to every person.
That's the charm of the game, is that it's supposed to be overly challenging. So the moment you take that away,
it's a difficult game. That's what I get.
The moment you take that away,
the disc is heavy.
The moment you take that away, that it's not. It's a whole new game.
Every game isn't for everybody, and I think that's the general consensus: is that every game, just because it's not a game for you, doesn't mean that the game is broken. It just means that you're weak as fuck. You're not willing to try.
If anything, it increases the community.
You need to try to get
You're not good enough, so watch somebody else play. So go on Twitch.
Get good.
That's what I do.
Watch somebody play the game. Watch somebody play the game.
I suck at platformers, but I'm not going to go and tell them hey, you need to make Ori and the Blind Forest easier so I can play it. No. I'll just watch somebody else play it because I can't. All right? I can't do platforming. All right? So, I mean...
every day I'll get home.
I think not having an easy mode makes the game even better, and also makes the community around the game even better. Big Mike, you lose all your lives.
Oh shit, Big Mike.
Oh, look who joined.
I feel like I'm watching one of those crime documentaries where they have a witness all shadowed out.
I've been a witness to murder.
But the criminal justice system tells us.
These are their stories.
And these are their stories. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Right. This is Dateline with NBC. And we're doing our expose on To Catch a Predator, starring Big Mike. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Can you sit right there, Big Mike? Please sit right there.
Sure, I can.
Do you have condoms in your pocket? Why do you have beer?
Does he say that?
Yes.
Do you have
yes.
There was certain episode. There was this episode that I watched. Like this guy had a pizza with them, and he's like,
"I saw that one. Yeah."
He was offering a slice to him. I was
he said, "You want a slice? Can I take one?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's Big Mike.
Wow.
You want a slice of pizza?" You're like, "No, I want to talk to you about this chat."
Interviews?
All right. He's like, "I want to talk to you about this chat."
It's a very important interview, but go ahead and eat your pizza. Like what?
Right. You said you wanted to do. You said you wanted to do me like EA.
That's so awkward. That's like
that's horrible.
Like Big Mike. Let's go to the chat log here.
That's like going to like a job interview and you're sitting there eating like the sloppiest like Big Mac you can. Like, yeah, man, go ahead and ask your question about your job. I'm gonna sit here and eat this Big Mac.
But hold up. What if it's at McDonald's?
Trust me, you want to hire me.
Right.
I know. I'm good. I'm good people. I definitely have the skills to eat this Big Mac.
I'm very clean.
Right.
It's like, give me this job at McDonald's, I'll share this Big Mac with you.
Here's what happened. He's like,
I stole this from one of the boxes that were there.
But you want a piece? Here. Like, all right.
McDonald's with the Whopper.
There you go.
Hold on, Big Mike. Let's.
I could just imagine somebody drinking a fucking thing like with nothing in it, and you just hear the slurp. So what are we talking about?
There's just things you should know not to do.
That summarizes Big Mike in general.
Both of them though too, because the viewer didn't tell him to get rid of the pizza before they went live. So it's on both of them. They both fucked up.
Right. He was like, no, I don't want a piece of pizza. He was like, I want to ask you about these chat logs. You said that you would fuck her like EA. You said
it was horrible, but it was still funny. He's like, you want a slice? Get it?
Right. That's Big Mike too, though. So let's just.
He searched up just in case. Like, what is this guy's pizza flavor?
Right. He likes pepperoni. I'm about to hook him up. No. All right.
I think the funniest one is where that guy like books it. That guy just books it down the street.
Right. He just gone, but he got apprehended like a motherfucker. He was like,
there was a meme about it. It was like him running, and then like the Nike logo pops up. Just do it.
Big Mike, you literally came in at the end of the show.
I'm sorry, man.
Disappointing.
I am very sorry.
Especially with me here.
At least I popped in to see what you look like, man, Joking Rabbit. You're like very new. You're one of my favorite people, you know, to hang out and play with LaLa Alexis. So all I gotta say is, yeet!
We still gotta play that, but we still gotta play some Halo together.
We will.
Ooh, don't say it. Yeah,
I think Rabbit has literally tried to say Halo as many
He's trying to bring it back. He's trying to bring it back.
It's gonna come back when Reach comes back. It's gonna come back when Reach is added to the Master Chief Collection.
We'll get together. We'll have LaLa, you, me. We'll do like a triple co-op
probably
thing.
Terry, if she doesn't get banned from it.
We'll all play some Halo multiplayer together and go yeet all day.
No, that's one thing. If I do go back to Halo, it'll just be for campaign. I am not touching that salty ass multiplayer.
Terry don't want to be salty. She said, "Fuck salt."
I prefer Destiny.
You know, no, I can't. I can't do the multiplayer in Halo.
I keep on bringing this up at LaLa, like who would win in a fight, a Spartan or a Guardian? And freaking, she always tries to pick the Guardian.
That's what happens.
Who would win a fight, a Spartan or a Guardian?
Okay.
I'll tell you. The person who actually win a fight would be Kratos.
Pretty sure.
Kratos comes out of
nowhere. I'm just saying, man.
He's like, where is he?
Kratos is the original Spartan. He's the ghost of Spartan.
What?
I don't know what that is. I don't understand. I don't get it. You know, I get it, but I don't. So.
What do you mean you get it, but you don't get it?
How do you keep losing lives? I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Because we already know he's dead as fuck.
Let's just do this. Just have him. He's dead. Just have him do his thing. He's dead.
I ain't doing anything. I just woke up. I ain't gonna do the damn thing, man.
Oh, you're not doing a damn thing?
So we can have some laughs, bro.
He came in just to die. That's what it was.
Exactly. I came here to, you know, get laughing.
Look, he is
Big Mike. Shadows die twice.
That's where we at. That's where we at right now.
Man, I saw your frustration and
Big Mike, you should just turn off your light now. Just let it be dark. Just let it be dark now.
Don't just kick it for the call.
Dude, I saw your tears coming through the screen when
Dude, I had no tears, bro.
Yes,
no
you
tears,
did,
bro.
man. Yes, you did.
No tears. I just showed it. I showed the shit on the show. If you were here, you would have saw it. So, fuck you. Exactly.
Where'd you find it?
Oh, shit, here we go.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And...
Exposed.
You know I have to come in here to give you a little salt.
Right. I ain't got no popcorn, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no salt.
When we playing, you know, Resident Evil Remake 2, you've been, you know, avoiding that about a week now.
All right, so that is the end of our show.
He's staying quiet.
I want to shout out Chad. Shouts out to Robin Canada. Shouts out to Crib. Shouts out to Lamont. Shouts out to Frozen. Shouts out to Big Cloud. Shouts out to
Jimothy Uchiha.
Shouts out to Jimothy. Let's see who else. John. Whoever else showed up and lurking. You know.
I'm just saying, LaLa and Terry called you. Like, you know, he won't finish it.
So I'd like to thank our panel.
He wasn't going to finish it before the game came out. I said he was going to finish it.
I'd like to thank our panel. I'd like to thank our viewer appreciation guest, Joking Rabbit. Thank you so much for coming through and joking. We appreciate it, sir. Shouts out to LaLa Alexis. Shouts out to Cool Cat Terry. Amazing streamers. Go check them out. Follow their links below. You can also catch me dodging Resident Evil 2 on Twitch. And
Sekiro.
right. But catch us next week. We will have what is
special guest.
What's his name? Michael Lai or Michael Jai? What's his name?
Yo, you take your own life on that.
All right, I'll take a life. What the fuck was his name, man? I couldn't remember.
It's Chris.
Chris. Why did you get Michael out of Chris?
I don't know. Fuck, what's his name? What's his name? Chris what?
What's his name?
You know what? His name is Chris Ajay, and he's got.
Okay, Chris Ajay. Okay, so we'll have Chris Ajay. He is currently in Days Gone, as well as he's in a bunch of games. So that should be a pretty big guest as well. We can try to grill him.
Watch him be in
see if we
Halo.
can.
Didn't he do Resident Evil?
He was in Halo, I think, dude. I think he was in Halo. I think he was, dude.
I'm gonna like this.
So he's gonna be here next week. He's confirmed, so that should be a pretty big show.
Hopefully he did like actual voices. He wasn't like a grunt or something.
like nah, dude, you fucking up. But no, I think he was somebody in.
Hold up. Did you just fucking grunt like a grunt? That's not. You need a live take away. Take away. No, that's not.
That's some people's jobs, Rabbit. Someone's job is to go in the mic. That's someone.
No, I didn't say like he made grunts. Like he played a grunt.
Oh.
Like a background.
Okay.
Guy.
I guess. I guess right there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? No, Big Mike. Big Mike, you don't get to dictate shit. Because you came in. No, you can't. Hold on, let's do this for you. Let's get you ready. All right, LaLa. But let's do this for Big Mike right here. Let's go ahead and mute his ass. Let's do that. All right. So let's just ultra mute him. All right. So thank you guys for watching. You can catch us next week, 1:00 p.m. with a super special guest. We love you guys. Thank you guys for spending your afternoon with us. And shit, we are out. Peace out, everybody.
Wait. Make sure you check us out on social media. We got the Twitter, we got
Twitter,
Facebook, and
Instagram.
Don't follow us on Twitch. You got bonus content with Danny and Mike. Don't miss out on the game content. And we have Podbeam. Podbeam allows you guys to access the shows on all your favorite apps. You know, iTunes, freaking Google Play, all that shit. So you can listen to us on your phone when you're at work or whatever. Good stuff. Don't miss out on that.
Don't miss out. The links are below, like Terry says, so it's real easy for you. You don't have to go far. Just go to the description and hit that follow on those sites. So, yeah, 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time next week. We love you guys. Peace out. Peace.